Dark religions. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. How is everyone doing today? I hope everyone is having a lovely, lovely day. Don't know what's going on with Twitch. Oh, there we go. I am back. Hello, everybody. Dark Religion, thank you ever so much for the follow, lovely. I greatly appreciate you. Welcome to the stream. We are playing some Ace Attorney today. We love a little bit of Ace Attorney, don't we? Yeah, mummy, I'm just having a little bit of a dessert. Have my water as well. Excuse me. Okay. Oh. Welcome everyone. Welcome to case 3 of Dual Dualities, I believe. Dual Dualities. Apollo Justice Dual Dualities. This is the second Apollo Justice game of the trilogy. And this is the fourth part of the third case. We are doing the trial. Ready to figure out who the murderer is. Very exciting times. Very, very exciting times indeed. And I just realized it is very late because I was watching an episode of Bridgerton. And I do love Bridgerton. Absolutely love Bridgerton. But yes, I am up for some Ace Attorney meetings because I'm still confuzzled. Oh, sorry, that is my Windows. Go away. I'm still confuzzled on who the murderer is. I just don't know. I really, really don't know. It could be anyone at this point. But I'm just going to go out on a whim here and say it's Professor Means. The one that looks like oh, what's it called? The Think statue. Him. He's super suspicious. I think there was some disagreement between him and the professor that got murdered. And he did outright say there's disagreement between those two. And I think he's the one who murdered her. Because he simply just does not like how she tries to change the law, not change the law, but change the school into not following his methods when it comes to the court, and justifies the means, that sort of things, which is something that Apollo and Athena does not agree with. But we're gonna go straight into it. It looks like you can see everything. Fabulous. Day 2, trial day 2. Let's go. I'm smart. I'm sure I can figure this out. On the way. October 26th, 9:45 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobber. Okay, things are fine and dandy. Excellent. The way that it should be. Fab. All right, let's go. Also, no spoilers. Were you able to sleep last night? Huh? Oh, sleep? Sure, I slept. Oh, grand total of 0 hours. Oh, I'm sure it shows it on her face. Clavia, we love him. He's been helping us because the professor who was murdered was his mentor. So he's helping us. And we love him for it. Guten Morgen, you two. You look like you're ready to put on a real show. But before you do, I have a good luck gift for you. The voice print analysis came back, and the results couldn't be more clear. The voice in the mock trial video and the tape recording are one and the same. So they reckon that the voice is a female, which puts Juniper Woods, who is the main suspect, on the pedestal. But they figured out that it's just one or the same as the mock trial video, which means she was being recorded in the mock trial. In other words, the recording's a fabrication. Recorder updated. Been identified as a fake. I tried to remember who recorded that. I think it might be the journalist girl in the box. The lab is continuing their study of the tape. So far, they found signs of overdubbing, but it's going to take a bit longer to recover the audio that was erased. Who's there? Wait! Did you see who it was? Who was it? No, I got a quick look, but they got away. Oh, it's that box girl, isn't it? No, I can't stand her. I think it might have been Hugh. I bet he was eavesdropping. I wonder if he saw our hand. Oh, I'm sure he wasn't the only one just now. I bet Robin and Box Girl were listening in too. Yes. You're a smart cookie, Clavia. Yes, I was thinking the Box Girl exactly the same. Maybe Robin. I don't know. I'm a bit on the fence about Robin. So, but maybe Hugh would definitely eavesdrop. He's currently on the pedestal at the moment. You know, the kind of pedestal that probably for the first time ever he does not want to be on. I will make sure they don't make a run for it. That is my final gift to you. Okay, all that's left now is to reach out to the truth. Time for a mini course of still workout. I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine. Your turn. You know, the more you say it, Apollo, the more likely it's gonna be true. Just say I'm fine all the time and you're just fine, aren't you? I'm Athena Sykes and I'm fine. Are we just bursting through the door? District Court, courtroom number 4. Oh yeah, court is now in session. All rise, everyone. Are you rising? You better rise for this judge. He's a magnificent judge. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods. Yes, the Sykes Brigade is totally psyched. I mean, the defense is ready, Your Honor. You're too cute. The prosecution is ready as well. I mean, isn't that right, Prosecutor Black Quill? Yes, well, moving right along. Yesterday's adjournment was unexpected, yet necessary. But I'll be running a tight ship here today, so no funny business from anybody. Understood, Judge. Understood. Your boldness. Robin Newman and Hugh O'Connor have recanted their confessions. But later I shall grill them at leisure to find whether I can charge them with perjury. Well, this sure complicates matters. Still, one must not overlook the facts. Now, about the school camera photo that was submitted yesterday. Right. This is from the box girl. I understand now. A pity, but that evidence is no longer relevant to this case. The art room clock runs fast. It cannot function as an accurate measure of time. As for the bungling detective who overlooked that, he is paying for his failure as we speak. Why? Isn't he in jail? I'm so confused. Why are we listening to a murder? How is he still? I'm just so confused about Black Quill. I just hate him. Everything about him just doesn't make any sense. He's a murderer, he's in jail, and yet he's allowed to be a prosecutor for the court. Make that make sense. I don't get it. You don't get it. Nobody gets it. He's just there for, I don't know, he's just there for somebody, I'm sure, who's attracted to whatever this is. A mop. Poor Detective Fulbright. I hope he returns to work with all his body parts intact. I don't know what you're talking about, Athena. He's already lost his head. But if that's the case, so what will we... The accused is the sole person who could have moved the body from art room to stage. And I mean to prove it here this day. Oh, of course you do. It's just like Detective Fulbright said. But what else does he have up his sleeve? My understanding of this heinous crime is thus. Alright, let's hear it. So this is the art room. We just saw it in the last investigation. Everything approves thus. The clock was fast. It's an hour fast. And the photo of the victim and the defendant, the main suspect. Apparently it was night with a crescent moon, but that turned out to be a backdrop for the stage, not an actual night sky. So there was that. So there is a little bit of thing going on, and there's also some victims' art here, there, and everywhere. You know, there's some statues. There's that nice demon with the paintbrush. But yeah, it was the last, you know, thing that holds the answers to what we were looking for. The murder took place near the center of the art room, as evidenced by the blood stain. Blood was also found on some pottery next to the window over the maintenance area. Which is to say, the body was carried over to that very window. I was gonna say it can't be Robin as the murderer because she does care about her pottery. But at the same time, we've also seen her like throw pottery onto the floor. And like, no! How dare you question my masculinity? And I just threw pottery at the floor. So Robin is still on the table. From there, it was dropped down to the maintenance area below. So this is the art room. It's right up there. And this is where the backdrop was shown. And though there was a nary scratch to the body aside from the fatal wound... No, it wasn't up there. It was up somewhere else. What's that scuff on the building? That's not good. But this is where that too was per the script. A high jump mat was employed to cushion the fall. Then a bull cart was used to haul the body over to the stage. That's not very clever. I mean, it's the same exact body moving scheme as a script. Anyone could have moved the body that way.
Objection!
Oh, it's not as punchy as a Phoenix and Apollo. I want to make that clear. Or Miles, or Clavier. Not just anyone, really. You know, anyone can do it better. Not you, Black Quill. Do not say objection and ruin it for everybody. Your propensity to spew forth words before you think is not very clever either. Why, you... Moreover, the prosecution has a witness, which is most unfortunate for you. Witness, it's time for you to come forth. Wait, who's the first witness? Oh, is it Professor Means? Oh no, it's Hugh O'Connor. Okay. Wait! Oh, we're gonna use our machine to look into the Discord of his heart. Let's go! I think. Yeah! I believe. I know we checked in with Robin. Did we check in with Juniper? No, we did. Hugh O'Connor. Let's go. Yeah. Well done. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Hugh O'Connor. I'm a senior at Themis Legal Academy, and I'm studying to be a lawyer. Boop, boop. See, I could do the glasses thing. Yesterday, I told that lawyer there that I would testify to the truth. So, I intend to cooperate fully in today's trial. Happy now, Miss Sykes? What's he up to now? I've got no idea, Athena. But don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this, girlie. Let's see, girl. Sorry, I thought I had something. Never you mind, never you mind. The court appreciates your cooperation, Mr. O'Connor. Now, your testimony, please. Witness testimony. What O'Connor saw. The lecture hall was packed before the mock trial, but the rest of the campus was empty. That's when I saw Juniper dragging a large mat from behind the stage. Oh! She's a puny girl. The mat will drag her along. What are you talking about? How is... Okay, O'Connor. No, we'll try and believe you. I was watching her from a vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area. She was headed towards me, so I assumed she was on her way to the maintenance area. But I didn't have time to stand around to see what she did after that. What a load of hooey. What an absolute load of hooey. I don't believe it for a goddamn second. The real truth hurts so much, doesn't it, Miss Sykes? I mean, hearing you hurts me more, so... Or maybe you thought I was going to bring up something else entirely against your client? Never a snappy comeback when I need one. Tell him his hair stinks. He's coming straight at us today, using any means possible. To protect the students who had to climb up high when setting up the stage. Yeah, how is Juniper gonna carry that? On her own? Like when I was in school and we have to do maths, it takes 2, maybe 3 people to carry maths back. You expect Juniper to take out this on her own? I don't believe it for god damn second. Do you believe this crap? Bushy head, feathered mouth thing. A mat was brought over to the stage from the storehouse. Bam! Our client is the student council president. What's wrong with her taking it upon herself to put the mat away after they do this? She won't be able to. She won't be able to. How big is this mat? Oh, there is plenty wrong. Yeah, she can't pick it up. There is but one mat in the entire school that could cushion from such lofty heights. Well, if that's the case, then it must be fucking heavy then, isn't it? Ergo, the mat in question was indispensable to moving the body. Ah, it sucks being the last to know everything. I think I get it now. I don't get it at all. I still don't get how Juniper would be able to carry that. The drag marks we saw behind the stage were made by the mat. There. Oh. Judge, what is it? If the only mat of that thickness was where the body is assumed to have been dropped, it would be hard to deny a possible link to this case. We're off to a bad start again. You sure you're okay, Athena? Oh, Apollo's ready to fight. It's game on, Hugh. Game on. I'm gonna turn your arrogant perfect skull grin into a teary-eyed frown of failure. Yes, Athena, we love that. Fighting words. He's gonna fucking snap. I know he will. He is. The lecture hall was packed before the mock trial, but the rest of the campus was empty. Hold it! Hold it, hold it! Hold it right there! What? I was just getting to the important part. Eager to unsheath your blade, Sykes Donor, your heavy breath heaves to where I stand. Objection! Objection! How rude! A human's breath doesn't travel anywhere near that far. So the only issue is distance. You're not denying that you're a heavy breather. Okay, this is just getting us nowhere. I do not care about your breathing. I'm just saying that scientific studies have proven that it's not. Hang in there, Athena. No matter how many insults they hurl, it won't affect the judge's opinion of you. What about my own self-esteem? Let's get back to what happened before the mock trial. That's when I saw Juniper dragging a large mat from behind the stage. I don't believe that. Hold it! The puny ass of fragile cough when she's stressed Juniper could carry that mat. Our client was simply putting the mat away. It had nothing to do with the
Objection!
case. No, Athena, the mat is involved in the case. That's the issue. That is where you are wrong. There is but one mat in the entire school that could cushion a 3-story fall. Hence, the mat dragged by the accused was essential to moving the body. If we win this one, I promise to donate another thick mat to the academy. Yeah, isn't it a private academy? Where's the money? Can't they just buy another mat? Now, show me how to show you the truth. You'll have my full cooperation. I was watching her from a vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area.
Hold it!
Oh, he's going to be a tricky one, isn't he? Mr. O'Connor, are you positive you were standing exactly where you said? I was between the stage and maintenance area, and she was behind the backdrop. Okay, yeah, alright. He's sticking to his guns. No, the issue here is where Hugh was standing when he says he saw Junie. But nothing... Oh, because of the fence! But nothing I say will mean anything without evidence. Time to dig a little deeper. Let me have a look. This one. Yeah, there's a fence. So we can't have stand there. Oh, and before you ask, I have my glasses on. No, that's not an issue. Therefore, I'm positive it was Juniper. That is not an issue. No, but that... Hugh! Not even the glasses can help you see through fences. She was heading towards me, so I assumed she was on her way to the maintenance area.
Hold it!
You shouldn't assume anything. It only shows that you're not positive. Such wild momentum. Perhaps you were a raging bull in your past life. Jesus! Don't compare me to some stupid farm animal. Hoy, Justice Durandal. Our assertion is Juniper was simply putting the mat away. In that case, where would she be taking it? Oh, to the storehouse, over in the maintenance area. Yeah, but how? The fence is in the way. Precisely, therefore there is naught wrong with the witness's judgment in this matter. It is your wild charges that are the issue here. But I cannot help it if you keep seeing red. He's going to get a face full of justice, Apollo style, if he keeps that up. Yeah, just punch him, Apollo. Anyway, I saw her heading towards me. But I didn't have time to stand around and see what she did after that.
Hold it!
Then it's entirely possible that someone else moved the body, correct?
Objection!
Are you mad or merely delusional? Everyone was in the lecture hall before the mock trial. The rest of the campus was empty. I mean, I wish I was delusional. That way I won't have to see you. Ergo, the only probable suspects were the 3 trial participants. I know. Thank you for stating the obvious. I also know that you, Hugh O'Connor, were one of the participants. Mr. Confidence sure goes all out when he tells the truth. Well, I don't think he meant for any of that to be misleading, but it doesn't make it factual. Careful now, Athena. A genius like Hugh could be leading you right into a trap. See, that's the thing. I don't think he's a genius at all. I think that's just for show. I'd be surprised if he wasn't, but all I can do is charge forward with both eyes opened. So, that one's a bit pointless. Enjoying it from behind the stage. I was watching it from vantage point between... Okay. I think there's something going on here.
Objection!
Yeah. So, you saw the back of the stage from between the stage and the maintenance area? Well, let's take a look at this photo taken by Miss Scuttlebutt, shall we? This photo shows the students setting up the stage the day before the mock trial. Do you see the big construction screen to the right of the stage in the background there? Background here? Why, yes. In fact, there were a bunch of those next to my house until a few days ago, too. Yes. It was so noisy behind there, but I couldn't take a peek. Oh, how it piqued my interest. Exactly, Your Honor. You cannot see past such screens. That is their purpose. Now let's see. How exactly is that screen positioned again? Aha! Since it was to the right of the stage, it should be right here. And from this vantage point, the witness claims to have seen our client behind the stage backdrop. Oh my, but the screen would have been completely in the way. That's right. Therefore, the witness couldn't have possibly seen our client from this point. Exactly. Wait, ouch! Yeah, take that, Hugh O'Connor. You are a dumb fuck. Order, order! Mr. O'Connor, have you been lying to this court? The screen... it must have slipped my mind. How? What? Are you telling me you, Mr. Genius, forgot something as literally big as that? There are two kinds of memory lapses. The normal kind you mouth breathers have. Jesus. He's a dick! And the genius level lapses of memory that people like me have. Or what? So to miss an obvious fence. Construction fence up. Why don't you just admit that it was a normal everyday brain fart already? Will the witness now please restate what he remembers minus the lapses of memory? That's easy. I was on the other side of the screen. In other words, I witnessed Juniper from the stage side of the screen.
Objection!
You are testifying that our client was behind the stage. But need I remind this court that the back of the stage is not visible from the front? To actually see our client behind the stage from the stage side of the screen. The witness himself would also have to be in the same area behind the stage. But in that case, our client would have definitely seen Mr. O'Connor. Yeah. Oh, he's digging himself a real deep hole there. Jesus. Nice one, Athena. Keep it up. Oh, what's he fucking ejecting now? All right, golden boy. Is this not your chance? Telling the truth will be like a weight lifted from your chest. The truth? What truth? I thought it all about speaking the truth, but whatever. The fact that golden boy here was where he initially stated. That is to say, he was between the maintenance area and the stage.
Objection!
But then the screen would have blocked his view.
Objection!
On the ground, yes, his view would have been blocked indeed. But consider how smoke always wants to rise up high. Athena, look at the photo again. Do you think... Wait! Wait! Why? What am I looking at? Do you think he's up in the window? Something on the other side of the screen. Something high enough to see the stage, the window. No way, this crane right here? I don't remember seeing a crane there on the day of the mock trial. Me neither, but it's probably safe to assume it was moved before you found the body. Hold it! That's far enough, Prosecutor Blackquill. Remember, you promised. Boom. I recall making no such promise. It was you who came blubbering to me about keeping quiet in exchange for information. My vote is going. What's all this about a promise? Is this about whatever Blackwell is using against him? And what's it got to do with going into the crane? Golden Boy did not go up in that crane for fun. He was working part-time as a crane operator within school grounds. No. Hang on a second. Let's have a look. That's him! Oh! What? Do you mean to tell me our high school student was operating a crane? Object the witness. I objected to the prosecutor's last statement. There's nothing wrong with being a construction worker. If you're good at it, do it. Why is he so opposed? There's no proof I ever operated that crane. Hold it. Actually, there just might be something that proves you did. What? If this whole part-time job thing is true, I doubt it would be limited to a single day. You were probably working at the same site the previous day too. Is this what you're thinking of, Athena? Yes, the photo. Yeah, we were just looking at that. Murder.
You gotta get the girl out of the box.
Love you. Yep, as the court can see, this photo captured the crane's operator. And if you look carefully, he bears a definitive resemblance to Mr. O'Connor. Are you serious? This is ridiculous. Oh, he's just enjoying the pain. How very interesting. Let's ascertain whether this is ridiculous as the witness maintains. The defense agrees with the prosecution. Let's bring the facts to light. That's all very well and good, but just how do you propose to do that? The person in this photo has one really distinguishing feature. I'm not 100% sure, but it's at least worth a try. We can clearly identify the person in this photo as the witness by examining his neck. The figure in this photo is wearing a very unique object around his neck. It kind of looks like a collar. Well, yes, you can see it right there. But then, are you saying you mean to... Mr. O'Connor's neck is almost entirely concealed by his tall collar. But that's exactly why I believe this warrants further examination. And he keeps rubbing his neck. No, not a chance. That would be a blatant violation of my privacy. You are a disgrace of a man. Now start unbuttoning that collar before I hack it off. What the fuck? Yeah, what's the big deal? Now let's see your neck. What the fuck is going on? Okay, I hate Hugh O'Connor, let's be real. But my God, we're just telling a high school student to unbutton his shirt just to see a collar on his neck. What the fuck is going on? Hi, Godfarrow. Welcome, lovely. How are you doing? Sorry, you jumped in at a very, very weird time. I got no idea what the fuck is going on. How are you? We are doing a trial, lovely. We are doing a trial. I hope things are well for you. Come on, let's see it. It's like a plaster. Guess I have no choice. What is it? What is it? Oh my. So, where did you buy that neckband, if I might ask? I didn't buy it. It's handmade, and there's only one like it in the world. Well, it sure looks like the neckband in the photo. Should we have the photo analysed? You are one irritating lady. Fine, I admit it. I work a part-time construction job. It has nothing to do with our school. Operating heavy equipment's no big deal for a guy who can parallel park one-handed. But I never expected one of my jobs would take me to my own school. But when you factor in all of the required tests and apprenticeship period, wouldn't you have to be at least 20 to have a license for operating a crane? And also, it takes a while to learn, you know, construction stuff as well. Construction vehicles. As I say, it takes training and apprenticeships to get to that level. So it's kind of nuts if you think about it. Oh, about that, you see, I'm a genius, so you know. No. No.
Objection!
What are you talking about? Let us dispense with this inane charade, golden boy. Hold it! No, Prosecutor Blackwell, please don't! High school seniors are 19 at most, thus they fail to complete the requirements. But that does not apply to you. Does it, Mr. O'Connor? Oh my god! Is he over 20? Why doesn't it apply? He's a senior, so he's around that age, right? No, he's older. No, don't, please. Actually, golden boy here is 25. He took a 7-year break from school. Wait, what? Wait, come again? What? Take a gander at the official school enrollment documentation. It is all right here. Ah! Why? Ouch! 25? You mean he's older than me? A 25-year-old high school student? That's really odd. Why is he in the law school if he's 25? What's going on? Hold it. A 7-year break. 7 years. I've just one thing to say. Why did you take a 7-year break? Is that his secret? There are 2 kinds of 7-year breaks. The ordinary kind you mouth breathers take. Dude, it doesn't matter who you are. A 7-year break is a 7-year break. What have you been doing? And a genius kind people like me take. What?
Objection!
I'm so confused. But the genius will quickly become a chore for a 7-year break. I think you have that backwards, Athena. I'm just so confused about this whole thing about him. He's 25 years old, going into a high school. Even geniuses make mistakes. I just happened to make mine only 7 years in a row. Oh, he's failing tests to get into the school. That's his 7-year break. Only you could get away with using only like that. Enough of this jibber-jabber. Suffice to say, the witness was up in the crane when he saw the accused dragging the mat. I fucking forgot about the goddamn mat. Oh, after all that, it's like, oh my god, Hugh Connor worked on a crane. There's nothing wrong with working on a crane or construction work. As a matter of fact, that is a very, very admirable job. But the way he just brings it down to a mud and then tried to play off this 7-year gap. He's 25 years old. In a law school itself is just a very impressive in general. It's just he always plays off as an 18-year-old genius, and everything is just now backwards for him. But the thing is that construction work, I'm pretty sure, takes a lot of hard work and a lot of skill and a lot of training. There's a lot of training, a lot of apprenticeships, a lot of mentoring, supervising, a lot of understanding, probably licensing as well, when it comes to handling, construction vehicles. So he that might be his 7-year gap, the apprenticeship into construction work, while learning how to use the crane. The accused readied all she needed to move the body immediately prior to doing so. That much is clear. I see no need to deliberate the matter further. Considering that the body was moved in the same manner as in the script, I find Prosecutor Blackwell's claim to be quite persuasive. Does the defense care to dissuade me? This is pretty much a theme all throughout the trial. Every time Blackwell speaks. Oh God, I have to fight for my case. Oh God, I missed my arm. I missed my chair arm. As long as a mat was used to move the body, Junie's going to be under suspicion. She is a very weak, lanky girl who, with a cough every time she's stressed, she cannot move that mat with a body on it. Guys, Athena, I just thought of something. Please, Apollo, anything. What was Hugh doing in the crane right before the mock trial? He couldn't have been on the job at the time. I mean, he was waiting for the trial to start. Yeah, why was he in the crane? Wait, you don't think... Your Honor, oh my God, the murder was an accident, wasn't it? Yes, Miss Sykes. I've got it. I've got an amazing idea that will turn the prosecution's claim on its head. A little conjecture has never stopped us before. Interesting. Mr. O'Connor, you were using the crane to move the body. The body was just like it was in the script, so it must have been moved like in the script too. At least that's what the prosecution believes. How simplistic, even foolish. Those are pretty strong words, Athena. Are you sure about this? I'm not entirely sure myself. The witness is a licensed crane operator, so he could have used it to move the body.
Objection!
Well, Golden Boy, care to chime in? Yeah. Well, I intend to say no more on the matter. Save that this does not bode well for you. Wait, he's on my side this time? Or is this another trap? I don't know, Athena. Blackwell could be anything at this point. Watch this. I can use a bow and arrow one-handed. Why is he so adamant to use one-handed? Is his arm bad or something? Wow, that's a crazy level of dexterity. Have you noticed that we have not seen this arm at all? And always he brags about, look, I can parallel park one-handed. I can use my bow and arrow one-handed. But what if he can only use one hand? His one hand, you know what I mean? We have not seen him use this hand or arm at all. I've seen him sweat more than him using his left hand. Oh, don't repeat what I said. I can even drive a crane with one hand. That's easy. But operating the crane itself is so complex. It requires both hands. Now, I would have the court to look at this. Let's see. Oh, please tell me that's a ketchup stain. What happened there? You wish. My hand was injured and required surgery. That's the reason I kept my hand in my pocket all this time. I just figured that out. I have already verified this with the hospital of treatment. Quite a nasty wound, they say. So, how did you hurt it? I see no need to discuss that. It has no relevance to this case. I bet it has. I bet it has. 2 hands are required to operate complex machinery such as a crane. Ergo, on the day of the mock trial, the witness was incapable of moving the body by crane. Fuck! So he must have injured his hand while doing construction the day before then. Now I'm the fool? That's That's the only explanation I've got. I planned on moving the crane the night before the mock trial, but then I got injured. Wanted to keep my part-time job a secret. I had to do it just before the mock trial instead. Anyway, I thought this was the big break we'd be waiting for. Nope! Nope, dear girl, you are wrong. Now that the defence's sophistry is laid bare, I would have the court recall my claim. The body was dropped out of a third-floor window to a mat near the maintenance area. Then a ball cart was used to move it to the stage. See? I've been paying attention. Well done, your boldness. Now consider this. The accused was sighted dragging that mat. Ergo, it was she who moved the body. I still don't believe it. Well, I think you're on the right track, Athena. You do? Yeah, Juniper remains the prime suspect if we assume the body was moved per her script. So as a defense, you have to figure out how else the body could have been moved. But... Ooh. Oh, is he telling me to think of another way besides the crane? There must be. Besides, if you have a counter-argument, this court would love to hear it. And if you do not, it is time for the verdict. Isn't that correct, your boldness?
Objection!
Objection! No, not yet. All I have to do is show that the body wasn't moved like it was in the script, right? Well, that would show that the mat had nothing to do with this case. We saw the mat in the warehouse. Oh, God, Pharaoh! You've watched my streams 5 times in a row. It's a 5-stream streak. Thank you, God Pharaoh. Oh, I'm so happy you are loving my streams. Thank you, lovely. You are streaking. Yes. There is a sword of great renown that cuts down sophistic lawyers. Its name is evidence. You don't scare me. Force a smile, Athena. You can do it. What's wrong with your face, Athena? It's a weird mix of terror and creepy grin. It's like, Just focus on how the body could have been moved without it being dropped. How could anyone lower it without just dropping it? It's like it could fly. Or maybe it could. After all, there is a way to sit between the art room and the stage, is there? Someone could have easily used that thing. What thing? That thing! Oh yes, of course. Miss Sykes, the court would like to see what you have for us. All I have to do is show the tiny shred of the possibility. The mat and ball cart weren't used to move the body. This is what was used. Aha! I think we found it.
Take that!
The key here is the thing that ties the art room and the stage together. I am smart. Might I propose an idea? It might do you well to tie your lips together, lest you further expose your ignorance. Punch his face! This isn't exactly the time for black comedy, Prosecutor Blackquill. Anyway, the court will record the wire on which the school banner was hung. That wire is strung between the art room and the stage, which allowed students to run or reel in the school banner from the art room. The body could have easily been lowered down to the stage via this wire. Oh, I'm good. Spare me your armchair theories. This wasn't some kind of high wire act. The body surely would have fallen. Yet there are no signs of blunt force trauma.
Objection!
Objection! Oh, you surprised me, Prosecutor Blackquill. You didn't actually think I failed to account for that. I'm sure that's exactly what he thought. Oh, wow. When we investigated the stage yesterday, The bottom part of the school banner had been tied into a pouch-like shape. The pouches are used for carrying things. What do you think this one could have carried? Oh, like carrying a bento box? Well, go on, please explain. The body was bundled into the pouch-like section of the banner and sent down the wire. It got dropped! The body would have been down on that stage in a flash, and there'd be no need for a mat. I've heard the phrase carrying the banner, but the banner doing the carrying?
Objection!
Yeah. I hate it when he does that. I don't know why. I hate that he does that. It just pisses me off. Everything about him pisses me off. Stop pissing me off. I've no patience for you and your cheap parlor tricks. Your claim is as shaky as a corpse performing that absurd high wire act. If you have an actual objection, then just come out and say it. I trust you recall the bloodstains left on the art room pottery. No, we remember. If the wire had to be used to move the body, it would have to be via the window above the quad, the one with the winch. So this one, yeah. However, the blood-stained pottery was next to the window above the maintenance area. Ergo, the wire and banner had naught at all to do with this case. Oh, the blood-stained pottery. I remember that. Blood-stained banner! Aren't we not aware there's blood stain on the banner? This doesn't look good. We'll be back to the math theory if you don't do something. Well, Miss Scythe, I hope you have something better this time than the circus act. If my wire theory is true, then that blood on the pottery must not have been blood at all. At first we thought it was red glaze, but it turned out to be blood. But what if we go back to the time when it was just red glaze by all accounts?
Objection!
Yeah, but the police have clearly identified it as blood. You can't change fact to fiction with sight, let alone travel. Ah! Whoops. Now then, Miss Sykes, please share your thoughts on what this blood really is. It's not have been the victim's blood. Okay, maybe it's not the victim's blood. Did the police check to see from whom the blood on the pottery came from? That was me being so fucking stupid. Shame on you, Sykes Donna. Have a little more respect for the constabulary. Fool bite of the eye. Looks like they didn't check it. Don't let it get you down, Prosecutor Blackquill. Everyone makes mistakes. Spare me your cheek. We will know not either way till the tests are run. True, but in the meantime, I'm going to press my claim as far as I can. Your boldness. I demand that the blood on the pottery be analysed this instant. I bet you it's Hugh's. I bet you it's Hugh's blood. Of course, it shouldn't take long to get the results back. That will explain why he was injured. It'd be quite a lot of blood to lose, though. I wonder what he did. Oh, there's the... Oh my, that was quick. That's what I thought. With history, if it turns out to be the victim's blood. Please, please let it be someone else's. It seems the blood was not from the victim. Who's it from then? What? Furthermore, a comparison with other parties involved in this case reveals that the blood belongs to one Hugh O'Connor. I was fucking right! Yeah! Who's right? Who's right? Yeah! Score! Yes, Athena. Let's go! What were you doing, O'Connor? Don't worry, Judy. Just try to relax. His hands. His hands were dripping with blood. I forgot she said that. Your Honor, as we saw earlier, the witness's left hand had suffered a serious injury. He sustained a wound in a struggle with the victim, and his blood got on the pottery. Then Judy saw his blood-stained hands as they passed each other in the first-floor hall. It's the only explanation that covers everything.
Objection!
There is but one way now to turn aside her blade, but do not cast the blame on me. Your grudge is with Sykes Donner, for it is she who forces me to expose your secret. Fine, whatever. Why, what you doing? Wow, how much dirt does he have on Hugh? He has a lot of dirt on everyone. What are you talking about, Athena? The court will observe this odd-looking envelope. It was inside this that Miriam Scuttlebutt's script was found. Miss Scuttlebutt... but didn't the prosecution already claim that? This envelope is the one that contained her script? Circumstances have changed. You see, Golden Boy had hidden this from us all. Oh, what is this? Let's see here. My word, talk about the world's most painful paper cut. What is it? Indeed. You can clearly see that if this envelope is not opened correctly, a powerful spring-loaded blade will shoot forth, leaving a horrible gash above the heart. Oh! Oh no, that's bad. The only one who had been told of the correct way to open it was Constance Court. You really want to see my script that bad? Well, you better watch out. Read it without my permission, and you wish you hadn't. Yeah, that's what she means then. Okay. Yikes, Miriam was accusing when she said that. The blood on the blade is the witnesses. Our genius here tried to sneak a peek at the wrong script and paid for his foolishness. Got Hugh. Ouch! This guy's the worst genius I've ever seen. I don't think because he's not a genius, Athena. Don't worry, Athena. The wound isn't that deep. We've still got the wire theory. Yeah, I've got it. Since the blood by the window overlooking the maintenance area isn't the victim's, there's no longer any basis for denying the body was moved using the wire and banner. Therefore, the defense once again asserts just that. Okay, Hugh, what have you got? You call yourself a lawyer? Huh, don't you see the glaring contradiction in your thinking? Huh? The court would like to remind the witness that his role is not to point out... Heh. Oh, wow! Oh, disrupting the judge, are we? How can you adhere to such outdated beliefs? But whatever. You're an outdated belief. It seems you've forgotten the two statues that were on stage directly below the wire. A body sent sliding down that wire would have crashed into them. Care to explain that away? Well, they were both crashed. Well, I believe he's right. The statues and the wire are extremely close together. Ugh, so the body would have collided with the statues? Yeah, they were broken. What if they did collide? Wait, that's it. Speaking of those statues, we still don't know how they were broken. But if we assume the body crashed into them... Boom, boom. That would also explain that loud sound we heard while we were in the waiting room. Oh, now that you mention it. You and Mr. Wright went out to the stage after you heard that sound, correct?
Objection!
Interesting. How very interesting. But may I ask just one question? When was it that you heard said sound? It was a little after the mock trial had started. Ugh. Mr. Wright and I were practically bored to tears there in the waiting room when... Ah! Precisely. If that sound you heard did happen while the body was being moved, that would place it during the mock trial. So none of the three were murderers. Not even Juniper. They were all in the mock trial then. Which means the body wouldn't have been there before the mock trial started. You see, right before the mock trial started, I saw the body. So he was lying. He said he saw the body before the mock trial. If so, then my claim that the body was moved during the mock trial doesn't hold water. Stupid contradiction. It's going to get me and our case killed. The focus was on just 3 suspects because the body was moved before the mock trial. That has been the major premise thus far. Your assertion, therefore, contradicts the very foundation of this
Objection.
case. Both sides still lack incontrovertible evidence. So, should we not also treat Golden Boy's testimony with some level of suspicion? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, actually. Good point. Yeah, you're not out of the woods yet, O'Connor, okay? Okay, you sit down. But Prosecutor Blackwell is on our side. Don't you fucking, encourage him. I bet he's figured out the truth behind this case. Well, great, as long as he's not up to something else. If the statues really were broken when the body hit them, then Hugh's statement about seeing the body before the mock trial is a big fat lie. Exactly. Okay, Mr. O'Connor. Let's get to the bottom of this contradiction about when you saw the body. Look me straight in the eye and repeat your statement to me. Like I said before, before the mock trial, the body was, Oh, he can't say it. I shall only say this once, Golden Boy. You had best tell the truth and do it now. That is, if your head wishes to enjoy the continued companionship of your body. Yikes! Okay, but he's a... What a threat. Now, out with it. Did you truly witness the body? Or were you just lying about it? Well, which is it? You what? I never saw the body. But we gathered that. Are you sure about that? Lie to this court again and I'll charge you with perjury. There was no body on that stage. I've been lying about that this whole time. But why? I'm sorry. He's a massive idiot. He's a moron. Yes, you've exposed Hugh's big lie for what it is. But why would he lie about this to begin with? Order! The base premise that the body was moved before the mock trial has been overturned. I imagine this has an impact on both the defense and the prosecution's case. Well, first I'd like to thank the prosecutor. This brings us one step closer to the truth. Now, at least we know the body was moved using the wire and school banner. Indeed. That much I shall concede, Sykes Donner. The body was moved, as you stated, and in the midst of the mock trial. So both sides are satisfied then? If the body was moved before the mock trial, we have our 3 suspects. But if the move took place in the midst of the mock trial, it is an entirely different story. Right. All 3 suspects were in the mock trial. That gives them solid alibis.
Objection!
How simplistic. Did you forget about the student in charge of the audio? Amidst the mock trial, she was the one soul who could leave and re-enter the lecture hall. What's this? Who is the person in charge of the audio? Who is the person in charge of the audio? Oh no, how could I forget it was... Oh no, it was fucking Juniper! Hey, what's the deal here? Why is Junie so large in this shot? Juniper was also in charge of the audio... Oh, fuck me! Juniper! Why were you doing everything? But she wasn't in the trial. She was in the audio control room dealing with the music. Indeed, the one who could enter the art room amidst the mock trial to move the body was none other than the accused Juniper Woods, for she was in charge of the audio. No! Fucking hell, Juniper. This is why you shouldn't do everything. Why, yes, I see. That does make perfect sense. This can't be happening. Instead of exposing Hugh's crime, Junie's in even deeper. No matter how you slice it, we're cooked. And here I thought Prosecutor Blackwell was on our side, at least on this issue. The Twisted Samurai strikes again. This is why he's called Twisted Samurai. Just twisted? It's more like dirty rotten. Your boldness. It is time to put an end to this farce. The prosecution has presented a quite convincing case, but the defense has one last chance to voice any remaining objections. Well, Miss Sykes? Apollo, what are we going to do? I've got nothing left and nothing. Nada. Niet. I've been trying to think of something, but I'm drawing a big blank too. Poor Jeannie. Unless we figure out something, she'll be... Objection. Objection. Well, I object to... Stop right there. All ears to me. It's time you heard about the rare genius of Hugh O'Connor. Listen and you will hear the secret behind my perfect crime. I don't know what's going on. Perfect crime! Wait, Hugh, what are you doing? Wait, this is some serious deja vu. Didn't we just go through something like this yesterday? Yes, we did. This had better not be another one of his arranging traps. The murder, the moving of the body, the cover-up, it's all sprung from my brilliant mind. Well, go ahead, arrest me. The real killer is right before you. I don't understand. So, okay, they confess because they're worried that Juniper is gonna be in the shits. But he said he doesn't want anything to do with her, and that he's not her friend, and that he really dislikes her. And now when Juniper is like getting shit on again because she was in charge of the audio, he's confessing again? I'm so confused. Order, I say. Mr. O'Connor, you already confessed yesterday, then earlier today recanted your confession. As if you alphabets could comprehend my genius. The end justifies the means. Now bow down and kneel. Kneel before my great and maddening intellect.
Objection!
What is going on? Enough! The only thing maddening is the ignominy you bear for all to see. For it is impossible for you to have been the perpetrator behind this crime. Ah! There is no perfect crime, only a perfect alibi. For you were at the mock trial. And it is silly that I must remind you of this, but you were a participant the entire time. There shall be no mercy if you persist in hindering this trial with your silly little act. Hugh doesn't seem the least bit shaken by Blackwell's threat. Listen, Mr. Prosecutor, calling that a perfect alibi is beyond contempt. Your Honor, I'd like to take this opportunity to offer further testimony. I will now demonstrate the very moment of genius that transcended even perfection. All right, let's hear it. You won't believe this, but I used a body double. That wasn't the real me at the mock trial. Oh, for fuck's sake. That means I did almost lose. My body double almost did. I slipped out stealthily while my double took care of the trial. I had the run of the campus. In short, I'm the killer. Juniper's innocent. They don't. They won't have the... So what the fuck was that? I have a question I was hoping the defense and prosecution might help answer. We won't, but we'll give it our best shot. What was that testimony? Is it just me, or does the witness's testimony make no sense at all? No, it's not just you, Your Honor. All I got from listening to that was a headache. Hi, Ashton. Welcome. You take a break from work. Quick hey. Thank you so much for the hey. I appreciate it. And a quick bit of relaxation. Hard day. Oh, yes, do relax. Lovely, do relax. How are you anyway, apart from a hard day at work? I hope things are well for you. Yeah, that was just plain weird. Especially the whole thing about a body double. Yeah, no shit. Well, I'm relieved it's not just me. And the prosecution? Your boldness summoned an ambulance this instant. The witness is stark raving mad. No shit. What did we just heard? Don't tell me I have to cross-examine that. Yes, I think that would be for the best. Now then, let's pretend that never happened and move on to my birthday. Thank you, Your Honor, for making me laugh. I just make everyone just downright confused. You people don't believe me? It's not a matter of not believing you. It's more on the lines of questioning your sanity. Yeah, the funny farm just called. They want their genius back. Wait. What the fuck? Oh, it really made me laughing. But maybe there's some truth. I got no idea. Ha! Shut your pie holes. The intellect of a genius transcends even logic. Besides, don't you guys have that weird device for testimony like this? Oh. You want us to use that? The little widget? Alright, we will. But only set 4 hours and now I have 4. Oh, that's the worst. And you still have 2 hours till close? Oh, you could do it, Ashton. I believe in you. Yeah, working with only 4 hours sleep is the worst. I know that feeling. It's like, I think I was tired once and then I just confused the days. And then I work as a receptionist for a university. And like, I would just end up confusing the days. And then I confused the events and confused the rooms. And then I just sit there and I just wanted to sleep, you know? So yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah, but I would never understand what it's like to take care of 14 kids. So that sounds like a lot of hard work, but you could do it. I have faith in you. Don't you guys have that weird device? Yes, we do. Objection! Widget's not a weird device, and I don't waste him on ridiculous testimonies. Easy there, Tiger. Think of it this way. We don't want a verdict to be passed just yet. So how about we give Widget a try? Yeah, well, this is against my better judgment, but I'd like to conduct a short therapy session. I mean, we've already established he's a raving lunatic. And maybe a double body double is true. Your better judgment. I'm a judge, and it's far beyond mine. Yeah, I find it hard to say no. Prosecutor Blackquill, I trust you have no objections. Prosecutor Blackquill? Yeah, take that eagle off his head. Oh, well, he fucked off. The prosecutor said, rubbish. We will be out on a stroll and then left with Detective Fulbright. Alright, well, so he's fucking off a date with Detective Fulbright then. Off on a stroll by a lake then. This fucking trial. What the fuck is this? Oh, and I got kicked and butt in my surgically repaired. Oh no! I never have children. I only like visited my friends and relatives who have children themselves, and I would never understand what it's like to take care of a 3-year-old. But I can imagine they're absolute terrors, absolute terrors. But I hope that gets better, lovely. I hope that didn't get worse. So were there stitches? Like, oof. How does he get away with stuff like that? I don't know. I don't know. No, okay, that's cute. You can't. Okay, that's really, really cute. Then I'll interpret that as meaning he has no explicit objections. All right, Miss Size. All right, good. I've had a nice time with some fleas. Do eagles get fleas? Or maybe ticks, actually. Good luck having ticks, Judge. All right, Miss Sykes, you may proceed with your therapy session. I've seen my share of crazy trials, but this one takes a cake. Gonna need some cake after this Apollo, Jesus. All right, let's go. Jesus, what am I looking at? You won't believe this, but I used a body double. That wasn't the real me at the mock trial. That means I didn't almost lose. My body double did. I slipped out stealthily while my double took care of the trial. I had the run of the campus. It's your time, the killer. Juniper's innocent. What the fuck am I watching? I don't get it. His confession is overflowing with happiness. Maybe he enjoys thinking how us mouth breathers can't comprehend his teeth. I call this job birth control I'm paid to take. I had a surgery mid-COVID, so technically it's healed, but due to COVID I didn't get any physical therapy for 8 months after, so it didn't heal properly. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, lovely. Birth control I'm paid to take. I love that. Absolutely love that. I have no water, so I can't even take a shower. Oh, I'm sorry you got no water, God Pharaoh. God, a lot of awful things are happening today with people. Oh dear. First, my partner is very sick, probably with a flu or a cold. You're getting damage on your knee, and you have no water. Jesus. Everyone is going through it today. But this goes way beyond normal happiness. He seems to take an insane level of delight in his confession. Even a normal level of delight would be weird for a confession. Then again, he's not what I'd call normal. No, I gathered. Burst pipe because it... Oh, I think that's been happening recently. What with the leaks? Oh. Phew, why are you confessing? Who is this really for? I feel like that's the key to this out of control emotion. I don't believe this, but do I need to probe? What's causing that? Mr. O'Connor, this is what you're happy about. What are you talking about? I'm confessing to murder here. I don't know the severity of my crime. Happiness is insanity beyond mine. Oh. Oh wait, I know what made him insanely happy. Okay, I think I get it now. You sure I'm the killer? Maybe. It's either him killing her or freeing Woods.
Got it!
Ah. Mr. O'Connor. I still love the job and the kid though, it's just a little stressed. That being said, I have to go back to love you and God bless. Do take care, Ashton. Oh, I'm glad you still love your job. I could never do it. But yeah, do take care. Good luck with your work. Mr. O'Connor, yesterday you said that you didn't really care about Miss Woods anymore. I already told Juniper, so I might as well tell you. I don't really care about her anymore. What? Why? Yeah, well, Juniper reported my secret to Professor Court. His secret? Oh, the bribe. She wanted nothing to do with me because I had disappointed her. That's why I don't care about her anymore. I was never trying to protect her. My confession was always about one thing and one thing only, the truth. I'm sorry, I just need to check. How old is Juniper? Hugh is 25. Okay. Okay, she's 18. That's good. Okay. Okay, I got very worried. There's still quite a gap. What's that gap? 7. That's a 7-year gap. Does he like Juniper?
Objection!
Mr. O'Connor, you feel great happiness in the fact that you might help set Miss Woods free. So much so they overshadowed all of your other emotions. What are you... I can hear it clearly now, Mr. O'Connor. The discord you've been trying to suppress. People don't normally feel like you do when you confessed. So Hugh really was trying to protect Juniper? Yes, I'm sure of it. Hugh's feelings for her are the real deal. Ooh, we haven't finished yet. But that means his confession is insane. Finally figured out the obvious, have we? Oh, yes. Right, Prosecutor Blackwell, you're back. The confession was naught but lies, save for the part about being in the mock trial. Oh, you're back from your stroll with your boyfriend, are you? Can we all agree now that the killer is the one in charge of the audio, i.e. the accused? Why couldn't you have taken a longer stroll? I forgot. No, you haven't unraveled the genius of my body double trick yet. You can't be serious. Do you really expect us to believe you had a body double? Yes. Yes, I do. But if you think I didn't, then prove it. Eh? Either we quit here and Juniper is found guilty, or we play along with Hugh's delusion. Let's go with the least worst choice. But first, let me update his testimony. Okay, you won't believe this, but I used a body double. That wasn't the real me at the mock trial. That means I didn't almost lose. My body double did. Why isn't he feeling anything? Wait.
Got it!
What's the unexpected emotion? The unexpected emotion said there was no emotions. I didn't know Miss Lucy say. Very odd. You exhibited happiness the entire time, except during this statement. You don't know when to give up. Wait, now that I think about it. No, don't. Stop making stuff up. When I left the lecture hall, it was during Professor Meads' pre-trial speech. That's when I moved the body. I then slipped back in just before the verdict. So you're saying you were there the moment your double was about to lose? Yes, I was. Naturally, I wasn't happy when I saw that. In any case, I was at the far end of the lecture hall behind the screen. I figured no one would see me if I came and went through the doors.
Objection!
Objection! sakes, Donna. How much longer will you indulge him in this charade? While it's true that none in the audience might see him go through either of those doors, the faculty seats on the balconies are a different story and have a splendid view. I thought you could do better than that. The lawyer's bench is on the right side when facing the front of the hall. Okay. I use the door on the right side near the lawyer's bench. Okay. That means my movements were only visible to someone in the left balcony seat. Well, who was on there? But that seat was empty at the time, which is only natural. After all, it belonged to Professor Court, and as we all know, she was already dead by then. That can't be right. An empty balcony seat on the left side contradicts this piece of evidence. Let me have a look at this. No. Contradicts this piece of evidence. Have a look. Yeah, this is Professor Means.
Take that!
I've no idea where this contradiction is going, but I don't have any other moves at this point. Guess I'll just have to follow it and see where this takes me. You said the left balcony seat was empty, but was it really? I saw it with my own eyes. It was definitely empty. But what about this diagram? According to this, Professor Means was supposed to be seated in the left balcony seat. But I think Hugh said was true. I believe that balcony seat was empty. So if that's the case, where is Professor Means? But if you left the lecture hall during his pre-trial speech, he would have been standing there at his seat addressing the students and faculty. No, this can't be right. We're going down slowly but surely. You do no one any favours by exposing the falsities of his confession. I've told plenty of lies so far, but this part is true, I tell you. I believe you. There was nobody in the left balcony seat. You gotta believe me. No, I believe you on this one, Hugh O'Connor. You have spoken absolute tripe about the whole body double and shit like that. But I do believe you said that that seat was empty because I do genuinely believe Professor Means is the one who killed Professor Court. We got you. Hi, V. Welcome, lovely. How you doing? It doesn't seem like he's lying this time. No, I don't believe he is. Okay, Mr. O'Connor, let's have you testify again, but this time don't spare any details. You got it. I'll repeat it as many times as you'd like. I mean, my ingenious escape act warrants repeating, considering I'm the real killer. Oh, for fuck's sake. No, you're not the real killer. Shut up. All I really care about is whether that seat was empty or not. I had some dinner and I'm feeling drowsy. That is fair enough. I also feel drowsy after I eat for some weird reason. I think it might be your body digesting food. But I'm glad you had some nice food. The second floor was deserted. Why won't you believe me? It's true, I tell you. No, I believe you. Okay, so you're mad. That's fine. I went through the back door without anyone noticing. Then all I had to do was go through the empty audio control room. It leads into the hallway, so I was perfectly capable of moving the body. Whoa, talk about a change in tone. It reads like a totally different testimony. It's like he realized something terrible the moment he opened his mouth. If it's something he realized himself, his unease might also register in how he speaks. Right. I'll focus on places where he hesitates or stammers then. Oh. The second floor was deserted. Why won't you believe me? It's true, I tell you. I went out through the back door without anyone noticing. Then all I had to do... Oh! What's this then? This one.
Got it!
Hey Shona, how are you? I don't know how to explain it. So we are investigating a murder in the law high school. I think my streams in YouTube explain it better than me explaining it, but I'll try my very best. It's quite a long one. So Athena's best friend goes to this law school, and she's also friends with the other two people in this case. At the moment, the professor, who Juniper is very not fond of it, she looks up to her teacher very highly, has been murdered. And Juniper is the main suspect because Juniper had wrote a script for a mock trial that goes about the exact same way as how this professor was killed. And that's pretty much what we're trying to figure out. And it could be either Juniper, Athena's best friend, or Juniper's friends, Hugh O'Connor, who we're testifying right now, and another person called Robin. Yeah, and it goes into depths of the journalist likes to, you know, make really horrible rumors in her tabloids about about what the stage looks like and how it's all fallen apart, how the construction of the stage could have some effect to what is it called, disturbing the crime scene. And it goes into so much detail as that. We're in the part 2 of the trial. So yeah, I recommend watching my previous streams of this case, as I think that explains it 10 times better than I could, because a lot has happened. A lot has happened. I detected powerful sadness and fear right after you said this part. It's as if you said something you shouldn't have. What's wrong with you? You shouldn't reveal a person's inner feelings for all to see. Mr. O'Connor, it's you who is revealing your inner emotions by the way you speak. Plus, I have a good idea about why you're feeling sad. You're a horrible person. Could you just leave me be? You said that you went through the empty audio control room, but that's not true, is it? There was someone who returned from there once Professor Means finished his speech. And that someone who was in the audio control room was... No, it must be her, because she had to leave.
Take that!
I know you realized there was a problem with your statement as you were saying it. That's why you felt so uneasy. If the audio control room really was empty, that would mean Miss Woods was roaming around the campus. Mr. O'Connor, if you really want to protect Miss Woods, just tell the truth. If you believe in her, revealing the truth is the same as protecting her. Juniper's innocent. That's the truth. I believe that. I believe Juniper's innocent. Juniper's the girl who has been... how to put it? I don't know my words. Juniper's the one who has been suspected of murder. This is Hugh O'Connor. He is one of her friends who has feelings for her. And Robin is another person. But in this dark age of the law, the truth can be easily twisted to serve anyone's needs. When the end justifies the means, your only choice is to fight back with lies. Hugh's heart won't hold out under this battle between truth and lies. Is there something I can do to make him recant his false testimony? I fear nothing now that I have lost everything. Go ahead, Prosecutor Blackwell. Cut me down if you wish. I thought you never asked. With you, girl, we may swiftly proceed to a verdict. Oh, he broke his chains again. He broke out of his shackles again. Fuck's sake. Why not just get better shackles? I don't even know why he's roaming free. I don't want to be the poor accountant down at the detention centre. I don't want to be anyone at the detention centre. Phil O'Connor, in deference to your valour, I will limit your suffering with one clean blow. Could you wait just one moment before you cut him down?
Silence.
Ugh. I never learned about this in law school. Careful, prosecutor. Remember that shocking experience you had last time? Do I remember the shocking experience last time? Very well. Golden Boy may live for now. Enough already, Mr. O'Connor. Miss Woods would never want you to protect her this way. She values the friendship between the three of you more than anything. That's where you're wrong. She doesn't feel anything for me now. But what does it matter anymore? I might as well tell you everything. This is no doubt news to you, but I am not and never was a genius. Oh, the shock. No, really? And here I thought you're fucking Einstein. Sorry, but I already knew. Yeah, me too. And don't forget me. Although, in all fairness, it was pretty obvious. Yeah, even the judge could see it. I thought he was a genius at first, but the stuff he said was crazy. No need to rub it in. Just shut up and listen. It all started several days ago. I accidentally learned that my parents have been paying good money for my grades. No, we know that. We knew that. Professor Court wanted to talk to you about that. Duh. But that's bribery. No, wait, Judge, we knew this. So the bribery wasn't Hugh's idea? Oh wait, it's not. All of my perfect scores were the product of cold, hard cash, not genius. Even worse when I confronted my parents about it over the phone. Oh shit, so it was all his parents. Juniper overheard me. That's when she decided to tell Professor Court. Oh my, what a terrible misunderstanding. I've been living a lie. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm no genius. I'm completely worthless. Okay, well, I kind of feel bad. A perfect 0. But you still got your construction worker stuff. That's very admirable construction work. Hugh. Even so, I still wanted to make it up to Juniper for disappointing her like that. That's why I wanted to clear her name by pinning the blame on me. I mean, she probably hates me now, so it'll be a relief for her to see me locked away. No, I don't think that's right. If you were trying to help her, then why did you testify against her? You were the ones who told me to tell the truth yesterday, so I thought if I did, it would help her. He wasn't trying to provoke us? It looks like we seriously misunderstood him in more ways than one. Yeah, it seems like it. At the detention centre yesterday, Junie was in tears when she opened up to me. But the truth is, the friendship between the three of them is still rock solid. If there was something that could help me prove that to Hugh... What can I prove to Hugh? We even have proof of our friendship. Oh, they keep going on about the proof of friendship. Yeah, as long as our friendship lasts, you can bet we'll be carrying them around. I know. What about the proof of friendship they mentioned? I wonder where or what it is. I didn't buy it. The collar! Just a cult-looking collar. It's handmade, and there's only one like it in the world. Maybe it's... No, that's definitely it. That band around his neck. Mr. O'Connor, that band around your neck, that's your proof of friendship, isn't it? Proof of friendship? Is that anything like a proof of purchase barcode? Judge! In court, evidence is everything. That's why the three friends created friendship bands. It's the evidence that proves their friendship, but what bands did Robin and Juniper have? Oh, how very interesting. And chic! Judge, stop. You're worrying the mood, dude. If they have doubts about their friendship, they can look to the proof they have on hand. That's why Mr. O'Connor's hand always goes to his neck when he is pressured. It proves he still has feelings of friendship towards the other two. It doesn't matter if I wear it if those two...
Objection!
Objection! But they feel the same way too. I know they wear their friendship band somewhere. Don't tell me Robin's friendship band is that electric thing. Junie and Robin must both feel the same as Hugh. I just know it. Everything Hugh has said leads me to believe that. In fact, he may have also just told me that the others wear their proof of friendship. Where they're easy to touch, they aren't wearing them now. Where they're hard to spot. When I see it, let's have a look at Juniper. Must be the sunflower. And Robin? Let's have a look at Robin. When they're easy to... Yeah, I was thinking a headband. All we have to do is think back to their testimonies. Ready? Oh, her arm. Miss Newman holds her arm when pressured. And Miss Woods holds her wrist. I know Miss Woods very well. She would never abandon her friendship with you over something like this. Well, we were wrong, but we were right at the same time. And taking the blame for her will only succeed in making her terribly sad. Ugh. I don't think he snapped. But I think he snapped. I think he snapped out of it. Hopefully we are talking to a normal person. Ooh, we're getting some animation.
Oh. Robin, those bands of friendship that you made, just for the three of us. You may have forgotten about them, but not me.
Oh no, this is cute.
Hugh!
Ah.
Hey, Hugh!
And to think, I should have known better than to doubt my best friends.
Okay. So it's clear that it's not either of them. I didn't kill anyone. And I didn't have a body double. I didn't move the body. I didn't even see it. And it made it like I'm speed reading. Zen and the Art of Mastering the Bar exam, but I haven't read a single word! Have to be around his neck. I think it could just... I think that's probably just the way that he likes to wear it. Like, you get chokers, don't you? Or necklaces. So I suppose it kind of makes sense. I'm just wondering why Robin had it on their arm, on her arm, really, on her arm. Because for me, on the neck and on the wrist makes sense, because that's where the jewelry goes. Like you get chokers, you get necklaces, just as much as on the wrist you get like watches and bracelets. But it's the arm one that confused me. Well, you could have fooled me. In fact, you did. No, you didn't fool me in the slightest. You. So, Miss Sykes, can I place my trust in you? I'm going to save Junie. So yes, you can place your trust in me. Then am I to understand that the witness is recanting his confession? Again? Yes. There's jewelry that... There's so jewelry that goes there? Do you mean to say there's no jewelry that goes there, or there's so many jewelry that goes there? Are we talking about the arm? The arm one? There's some jewelry that goes there. Oh, really? On the arm? Is there? What, on the bicep? A most roundabout trial. I much prefer the turnabout variety myself. Oh, it's all about turnabouts here. That's why the case is always called after turnabouts. It's like the one where... It's like the Friends episode starts with the one where every episode. Yeah, the bicep. Oh, really? I don't know any jewelry on the bicep. But then again, I don't know any jewelry. I'm not really a jewelry person. Now we are back to the fact that there was but one suspect who lacked an alibi, which is, in the end, the truth you've been seeking this entire time. So we're back to square one. Now I'm exhausted and depressed. It probably doesn't matter at this point, but I might as well update the mood matrix. Huh? Does this mean... What jewelry is on the bicep? I don't know any. I suppose for Robin it makes sense because while she was pretending to be a man, she was trying to look as masculine as possible. So when I think of that around her bicep, it reminds me of, you know, those bodybuilding men that try to test their muscle strength. Isn't there like an elastic thing where they try to test their muscle strength to see if they snap it off with their bicep? I don't know. That's what I think of when it comes to the bicep one. But I don't know any jewelry on the bicep. Huh. Does this mean... Further resistance is futile. The time for a verdict is nigh.
Objection!
Objection! Please wait! What sort of devilry are you up to now? What if our client wasn't the only one without an alibi? The trial would continue, right? Well, yes, I suppose it would. But after such a thorough investigation, does such a person really exist? Yes, the means. Yes, we found someone. It may have seemed like a major roundabout. But Mr. O'Connor's testimony has cracked this case. There's no more noise. Hugh is telling the truth now. During the mock trial, the balcony seat opposite him really was empty, which now means there is one person unaccounted for. Yes, Hugh, you done it, my dude. Bye-bye. Besides Junie, the only other person without an alibi during the mock trial is you. You. We finally got you. The balcony seat was empty. That much is true, isn't it, Mr. O'Connor? That's right. How many more times do I have to say it? So basically, Professor Means wasn't where he was supposed to be doing the mock trial.
Silence.
Yeah, where is he? Need I remind you, every last soul in the lecture hall heard him deliver his speech.
Objection!
Objection! I know, and that's not in dispute here. Now, let me explain how a speech could be given from an empty seat. It was pre-recorded. Oh, fuck. I did not mean for that. It was pre-recorded. What if the speech was pre-recorded? That's the only way the speech could have been delivered from an empty balcony seat. Objection! Wait, are you accusing Professor Beans? That's insane! I mean, he's the one who gave me the tape recorder. Take this to the police, he said, and tell them you found it. What? Really? Wait a second. Mr. O'Connor, did you just say that Professor Beans gave that phony recording to you? Oh, phony. The defense will refrain from hurling unsubstantiated allegations. Well, I said he gave it to me, but what do you mean it's phony? Wow, who could have seen this development? Oh, this is insane. I knew there was something odd about Professor Means. The voice shouting, "You're a goner," as recorded on this tape, was dubbed onto it using a line our client said in the mock trial video. Why, this is an extremely crucial piece of evidence. This is insane. Professor Means, you are so fucking dead. Professor Means gave Hugh the phony tape. If that's really true, then Professor Means has guilt written all over him. Your Honor, the defense moves to call Professor Aristotle Means to the stand.
Silence.
Come on, what are you going to do? The seat was never empty. It was but an oversight by our dullard of a witness. An inmate who was formerly a surgeon once told me something. Look, I'm just going to say this outright, Black Quill. We are not going to listen to anything what your inmate who was a surgeon said to you, okay? I don't know why we would listen to that. He said it's often all too easy to overlook critical symptoms.
Objection!
Okay, well that might be true. But we're still not going to listen to him. Well, we're not going to overlook this oversight. If the speech was pre-recorded, the basis for suspecting our client will be shattered. Let's check with Professor Means and see whether the empty seat was a witness oversight. Go Athena! A verdict without first looking into that would be inconceivable. That's enough, both of you. Now, here's my opinion on the matter. While a surgeon overlooking critical symptoms is a problem... This trial! A witness's oversight too must not be overlooked. Thus, as to the matter of whether Professor Beans was or was not in his faculty seat, I believe we must ask the professor himself. Yes, exactly. Well done, Judge. They're taking a stand. Look at them go. I agree. Professor Means should be here in the gallery today. Huh. Do as you please. I fucking will. Get a haircut. Will you please state your name and occupation for the record? Certainly. I am Aristotle Means. I teach the lawyer course at Themis Legal Academy, and let me add that while I welcome any opportunity to assist with the trial, I don't care for this undue suspicion. Don't worry, Professor. We're just interested in the mock trial video right now. We just need to take another look at that speech you gave. Could we count on your cooperation in this? Very well, if that's all you're interested in. Please proceed, Miss Sykes. Yeah, he's such a murderer. You could just tell. We need to find some sort of evidence that shows this speech was pre-recorded. Alright, I believe we're ready. Let's roll the video. Oh, we're looking at the video again, okay. Good afternoon. I would like to start by thanking you for coming here today. See, when I thought of him giving a speech, I thought he would be at the middle of the stage. The The mock trial, the crown jewel event of the school festival, will begin shortly. When I was a student, I too could hardly wait for this day to come. Oh no, I've forgotten how long a boring his speech was. Wake me up once this is over. Hey, no fair. The experiences of our youth have a powerful and profound effect on our adult. Ah, you there! Wake up! Pay attention! Huh? Eek! I'm awake! Isn't that right, Your Honor? Huh? What? I'm awake too. Wide awake, see? I don't think that was meant to be said. Once again, our pure white lady justice will be watching over all of you today. So this is 10 o'clock. The timestamp? No, we are listening to the recording of Professor Means. Pay attention, you may make a difference one day. Now let the mock trial begin. Oh, that's about it. One of my better speeches, if I do say so myself. I even saw some of our students with tears in their eyes. He's obviously not familiar with the phrase bored to tears. That's what I thought. So 10 a.m. Listen, Sykes Dono, if you have subjected me to this epic study in tedium without purpose, Tucker will feast on your tongue after I've cut it out. Eek! But you were asleep the whole time. I felt like going to sleep. Well, Miss Sykes, did you notice anything strange about that speech? Yeah. Somebody shouted, "Wake up." Could I please hear the last part again? Once again, our pure white lady justice will be watching over all of you today. Oh! Hold it! There! I finally found what we needed. Professor Means, I have only one question about your speech. Why does that last part we just heard contradict with this? There is no white lady justice. Oh. Ah.
Take that!
Take that! The professor said the pure white lady justice would be watching over them. But the lady justice in the video isn't even close to being white. It's as gold can be. I'm not sure I can wrap my jaw around that to test its authenticity. I didn't say it was made of gold, Your Honor. Now, it's true that this statue is pure white. But it broke before the mock trial began. The one you see here is its replacement. Oh, well, that's a shame on every account. Ironically, this golden statue sticks out like a sore thumb compared to the white one. Meaning the professor wouldn't have made a mistake in its color if he'd been present. What do you say about that? It seems that I have caused some confusion, but it was merely an oversight on my part.
Objection!
The statue was in the middle of the room. How could you not know what it looked like? Well, I was in the balcony seat. Furthermore, the statue had previously been white. I'm afraid this isn't sufficient evidence of the speech being pre-recorded. We had our answer long ago. The accused was the only one to leave the lecture hall. No, wait! Lock him up! I want to lock him up so badly. But he's too smart. There's gotta be something that could prove that the speech was pre-recorded. According to the mock trial video, the speech started here and ended here. It was a little over 10 minutes. Okay, so here you go. But I doubt anyone wants to be tortured again. It was only a little over 10 minutes. It felt like it went on forever. How do you figure out how long it was? Easy. There's a timestamp in the top right. Oh, well done, V. All you have to do is subtract the time the speech started from the time it ended. The speech goes from the 10-minute mark to 20:35. Wait a second. I could swear I've seen the same interval of time listed among the evidence. Ooh. Let's have a look. Has about 10 minutes 35 seconds of noise requiring further testing. Yes. Maybe there's a way for me to use the speech time to show that it was pre-recorded. Yeah, we found it!
Take that!
I would like the call to take a look at this. Oh. And this is the voice print analysis that proves the voice on the tape recorder belongs to our client. Yes, but didn't we just establish that the voice on the tape recorder was a fabrication? We did. But what I like to focus on is the noise that is also there. Excuse me. I've been talking way too long. I need water. Excuse me. Noise. Oh, we are so close. Yes, the defense believes this resulted when the tape's previous recording was erased. And what do you hope to prove by that? The length of the noise is what's important. It's 10 minutes and 35 seconds and all. And what did the timestamp read at the moment Professor Means began his speech? That would be exactly 10. Now let's fast forward this long-winded exercise in boredom to the end. Okay, stop. The video timestamp now reads 2035. Based on this, we know the time it took for the speech alone. Right, subtract 10 minutes and you get 10:35. 10 minutes and 35 seconds? Right, 10 minutes and 35 seconds. The same as the noise on the tape recording. I assume you all understand what this means. Professor Means' pre-recorded speech had been where the noise is now.
Silence.
You seem rather confident, considering this is a mere happenstance match of numbers.
Objection!
Objection! Yeah, but it's a bit of coincidence, isn't it? But is it really just numbers? The lab is continuing their study of the tape. So far, they found signs of overdubbing. But it's going to take a bit longer to recover the audio that was erased. The police are analysing the noise as we speak. It won't be long until we know what was originally there. Alright, Professor Means, what do you have to say about that? Oh, look at the widget, even he's angry. Now I'm sure of it. The professor was trying to create an alibi with the recording by pinning the crime on Junie. Why does he hate Junie so much? I think I know why he killed Professor Court, I think. Well, he's not going to get away with it. Not on my watch. Miss Sykes. He's going to be so terrifying. I believe you are well aware of my methodology. Is he going to be creepy? Even if Juniper were the perpetrator, I would vigorously defend her as per my word. No, you won't. And to that purpose, I offered to be her lawyer. Alas, look what happened. All I've stated are obvious deductions derived from evidence and testimony. Truth be told, I had no intention of testifying. I have been keeping quiet for Juniper's sake. But now that you cast this blame upon me... Jesus, I have no choice but to reveal the truth. He terrifies me. Oh, fuck. I don't like him. Uh-oh, this doesn't sound good. I will now reveal the truth behind why I had to pre-record my speech before the mock trial. I, Professor Means, always say what I mean and mean what I say by all means. Ugh. Alright, this is going to be a tough one. Put your seatbelts on. This is going to be a ride. The defendant came to me with what she said was very important and by necessity secret. She asked me to pre-record my speech and come to the audio room during the mock trial. Juniper confessed to the murder and asked that I get her declared innocent in court. She also said I'd become an accomplice after losing my alibi due to the pre-recording. And when I said I would protect Juniper, I meant it because it's the humane thing to do. Oh, right, so you say the defendant threatened you? This has to be a lie. I mean, everything about it lines up perfectly to be true. On this most consequential of occasions, let me be completely frank with you. Juniper has truly taken to heart my teaching that states the end justifies the means. No, she doesn't, does she? I don't believe you. When she asked me to defend her, she said I must also prove her two friends innocent. Her two friends, the witnesses. Correct, Hugh O'Connor and Robin Newman. I was to ensure all three walked free. All three were to achieve their dream. That was the result Juniper was seeking, and she was even willing to threaten me, her own professor, to that end. You no doubt had high praise for her ruthless tactics. I don't like where this is going. Yes, well, that is why I vowed to vigorously defend her despite her threatening me. There was a time when lawyers merely sought the truth if they wished for victory in court. But alas, those days are over, the dark age of the law. Now in the defense of justice, order and all that is good, the end justifies the means. I am so sick of hearing that phrase. So am I, Athena, so am I. It's absolutely abhorrent, isn't it? Though it truly grieves me so, I must tell you this. Forsake the truth if it's victory you seek. Steel yourself for this new courtroom reality. That does it. He's going to regret dragging those dismal, depressing ideas in here. Since he's already surrendered to the dark age of the law, it's up to me to fight it. Why so silent, Sykes? Don't know. Something the matter? This is a court of law. It's no place for long-winded talks about idealistic principles. That's why I'm going to let the evidence do the talking. Let's not get carried away now, Miss Sykes. Everything he does pisses me off. It will not do to have you attempted to discredit my doctrine. Do not force me to rectify the situation. No, go ahead and rectify it. Only if I lose and you win, that is. Let's go. The defendant came to me with what she said was very important and by necessity secret.
Hold it!
Hold it! I doubt a client would have come to you with something like that. You have a point there. If only Professor Court had been alive, I suspect Juniper would have gone to her instead. Isn't Professor Court your friend? Why are you saying that? So our client came to talk to you after Professor Court was dead? Let's go through this step by step, shall we? First, Juniper came to me that day. She asked me to pre-record my speech and come to the audio room during the mock trial.
Hold it!
Are you suggesting it was our client who told you to fake an alibi? You have every reason to be surprised. I too was shocked when she told me that. Doesn't sound like her at all. Simply put, Juniper has a secret that she wished to protect that badly. Is he kidding me? That lie could be further from the truth. The problem is, how am I going to expose it? It was an earnest request from our outstanding student. How could I possibly have refused? Didn't you say that she confessed to murder? Juniper confessed to the murder, and as I get her declared innocent in court.
Hold it!
Hold it! Did you consider that a threat? Yes, but it's now you to whom she has passed the demands on to. Besides, you must realize that you too are being used by Juniper. What? What the fuck is he saying? Your Honor, I ask that you too do not let her feigned weakness and innocence fool you. Juniper Woods is quite clever and extremely tough. And perhaps most important of all, she is a fervent follower of my teachings.
Objection!
No, Your Honor! The witness's testimony is nothing but an attack on our client's character. Very well. Objection sustained. So be it. Nevertheless, the fact that she threatened me is immutable. I don't think she threatened you at all. She also said I'd become an accomplice after losing my alibi due to the pre-recording.
Hold it!
How could you overlook such a threat? As a teacher, it's your duty to discipline students. Yes, well, perhaps I do have some serious reflection to do on this matter. I suppose it was just wishful thinking on my part. I wanted to believe that Juniper hadn't actually committed murder and that she hadn't meant to threaten me. Really? Please do explain. Long had I waited for a student who would embody my teachings. Does the witness realise what he is saying? I don't think he does. Surely you must see the true meaning in my words. I am merely staying true to what I teach, and my methods are but a reflection of the times. Oh wow, his way of thinking is really warped, but I haven't heard any inconsistencies yet. I wouldn't be so sure. Really? The more he tries to avoid logical inconsistencies in his testimony, the more likely we'll see inconsistencies between his actions and words. It is a dark age in which we live, and there is much I would like to say on the matter. So Apollo could do something with his bracelet, but when I say I would protect Juniper, I meant it because it's the humane thing to do. Yeah, bollocks.
Hold it!
Absolute bollocks. You were trying to protect our client? You're right. He'll say anything to pin the blame on Junie. What a frightful look. I would ask that you not glare at me, so, it'd be hard to not glare at you. I have nothing but admiration for how Juniper was willing to go as far as to threaten me. That is why I am protecting her by any means possible. She has been a model student. Liar, you tried to pin the blame on her. How am I going to show that what he's saying isn't what he's really thinking? You cannot possibly overturn my claims, so isn't it about time you admitted defeat? He's going to be a hard one. After all, if my unassailable logic is not truth, then what is? Evidence. If he thinks I'm going to give in to his pack of lies, he's got another thing coming. I'm going to find a hole in this story if it's the last thing I do. Even though he's rotten to the core, he's a total pro. That all made perfect sense. Yeah, but you can't believe a word he says. He's making this up as he goes along. He'll trip up on his own words yet. Time to see how consistently the professor's testimony matches up with his actual actions. Came to me with what she said was very important about necessity a secret. Let me see. Do I keep pressing him?
Hold it!
I think I keep pressing him. Something like that. You have a point there. Live. Let's go through this step by step, shall we? First, Juniper came to me that day. She asked me to pre-record my speech. Can we look at the history? So, do we keep pressing him? Pre-record my speech. I come to the audio room during the mock trial. Are you suggesting it was our client who told you to fake an alibi? You have every reason to be surprised that she has a secret that she wished to protect that badly. That lie couldn't be further from the truth. The problem is, how am I going to expose it? It was an earnest request from an outstanding student. How could I possibly have refused? And that I get her declared innocent in court. Did you consider that a threat? Yes, it did. Extremely tough. And perhaps most important of all, she is a fervent follower of my
Objection!
teachers. I don't think she is. Nevertheless, the fact that she threatened me is immutable. I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah, I am in the, my brain is all over the place too. As a teacher, she would do these duties. On my part, I wanted to believe that the new person actually committed murder and that she hadn't meant to threaten me. Long had I waited for a student who would embody my teachers. I don't. I won't be so sure, really. I think it might be that one. There's much I would like to say on the matter. But when I said I would protect Juniper, I meant it because it's a humane thing to do.
Hold it!
I don't know what I could be trying to do. What a frightful look. So isn't it about time you admitted to be? And what is? I think it's this
Hold
one.
it! Objection!
He says that. I'm using my alibi to the pre-recording.
Objection!
No, this isn't it. Nice try. With the love for Bless. She has become a...
Hold it!
did she say that? So that's what I'll need to look more for. It's this statement. She also said I'll become an accomplice. wait, wasn't he trying to say that the speech wasn't pre-recorded? You're right.
Objection!
But now he's saying it is pre-recorded because Juniper asked for it. And it was pre-recorded. Okay, consult. You might let your slightly senior partner help out a little now. If you insist, actually I could really use the help. Well, I find this statement suspicious. You should find the answer if you take a good look at the evidence. Thanks, Apollo. I could get used to this more humble version of you, you know. What statement? I mean it because it's the humane thing to do. What am I looking at? So that's the statement I need to look out for. That one. Okay. So let me get this straight. That one's hard. You were trying to help Miss Woods? Ha, that's nothing more than a bold-faced lie. No offense, Your Honor. Such defamation of my character and your hair follicles, Your Honor. It is an outrage. Miss Sykes will clarify her statement, but leave my hair follicles out of it this time. Yes, of course, Your Honor. Now, please take a look at this. The witness gave this tape to Mr. O'Connor. Then he slyly whispered, "Take this to the police and tell them you found it." There was no whispering, slyly or otherwise involved. I simply did that out of kindness.
Objection!
Yeah. The tape contained our client's voice. In short, it is incredibly damaging evidence. Why would it even exist if the witness wasn't trying to pin the murder on our client? They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but not yours. You never had good intentions, only lies to protect yourself with while blaming another. You, Professor, are the embodiment of the dark age of the law. Oh, he's getting all scary again. I don't like it. Why, you dare call my teachings and methods lies? I think we're seeing this murderous side. What's he doing? Jesus! Demas Legal Academy is a proud institution. It's the most powerful in the world. Why did he change his hair into a mohawk? What's going on? You'll never forget what true education and lawyering means once I'm through with you. Is this what he does to his students? Why, what's with the crack? Is he really I'm so confused by this man. Huh? And Professor Means? What's with your hair? Quiet, no talking in class. Looking at the tiny glass, it's so ridiculous, isn't it? It's so ridiculous. It's not even over his eyes. What's the point of them? Ow! That's what he does? Eyes and ears up here, everyone. Homeroom is now in session. We will begin with roll call. Athena Sykes. Huh? Here? Apollo Justice. I mean, here. This is nuts. Why? Fool! The proper response is here without any extraneous information. Ouch! I mean, here. Next, Your Honor. Here. C class, that's the proper way to answer. Simon Blackquill. I said Simon Blackquill. Are you here or not? There's always one, isn't there? Well then, I'll just mark you absent. Now get out of my class this instant. Get out? Very well, if that is your wish. Who am I to defy my homeroom teacher? Is that such a good idea? Prosecutor Blackwell is free of his shackles. It just so happens I was a member of my high school's disciplinarian committee. That's terrifying. But I'm happy to see Fulbright and not Professor Means at this moment. But is that really so shocking? Constabulary lapdog to teacher's pet. What a malleable mutt you are, Fulbright. Very good, Bobby. You just earned a gold star and a promotion to head disciplinarian. No wonder people are... Oh, God. All right. Class is now in session. I don't like it. Why do I have the sudden urge to go to the nurse's office with a stomach ache? Pay attention, I am not the killer. Juniper is. This will be on the next test, so you had better be listening.
Objection!
Objection! But Professor, you created the phony tape to pin the blame on Juniper. Plus, you were the only one who could have moved the body during the mock trial. What are you going to write now? Athena, you disappoint me so to think you would label me a murderer. I've labeled you as a murderer from the start, but that's mostly because I just don't like you. I thought you were creepy as balls. Now, pay attention. The murder occurred on the 23rd between 6 and 8 p.m. But I was already at home by that time, so how could I have been involved in this crime? All of that just to call himself innocent. Yeah, I know. He's very much contradicting himself, isn't he?
Objection!
Objection! Professor Means, can you really prove you had already gone home by that time? Objection! Can you prove that I was still at school? Yes. No, I can't. So you admit it. Well, you just earned extra credit for your honesty. We can't. Oh, are you serious? We still got burnt fragments that we haven't of Gaviner's banner that we just haven't touched. Okay. Don't throw that globe at me. But you have also earned yourself a lavatory cleaning duties until you graduate. Is this what he does with his students? No wonder Juniper was fucking dead in the eyes the first time we saw her. Ew! I do enough of that at the office. Objection! Robin! No way, man! I totally object! Robin! I can't believe I fell for the professor's silver-tongued lies. Why, you? How dare you talk about your teacher like that? I'm not listening to you anymore, man! No way, no how! Now I have a confession to make. You know those two statues that were on stage? I didn't make them all by myself. The statues on stage? Do I want to know where this is headed? I was able to finish one of them, but the last bell rang before I had time for the other one. So I asked Professor Means to make it for me. In other words, the professor was there on the stage after the last bell. Right, and it would have been way past 7 p.m. before he could have finished it. Professor Means was still at school. This is incredibly important testimony. Yes, Robin. Fabulous, Robin. The professor told me I'll take care of it. I thought my parents would let me be an artist if I said I made both statues myself. I'm so sorry for not telling the truth. Robin. Quick! Somebody get this juvenile delinquent out of my sight. Well, she's not a juvenile delinquent. Simon! You're head honcho among the delinquents. Do something! No, you fucking deserve that, actually. And who's in charge of the class around here? Not interested. But if you want a class in swordsmanship, I'm your man. Of course, only real blades will do. No swords at school! All weapons will be confiscated. Well, it's a good thing we're not in school, Professor Mead. He's insane! What the fuck are we... Who the fuck are we listening to? This absolute hooey. Nurse, where's a school nurse when you need one? It would seem Sykes Dono seeks a showdown, Professor. In which case, you would do well to draw your staff. Quick as lightning. Very well, then I will just have to prove my innocence myself. The real lessons begin in second period. Prepare to be served old school style. What does that... Oh, never mind. No, Judge, it's fine. I don't know what that means either. Your testimony, please. Yes, please, let's just get this over with. Meads, we all know you're a murderer, but whatever. Work of art. Now pay attention. Robert took over half a day to complete one statue. I, however, finished most of the other statue between 7 and 8:30 p.m. The defendant Juniper saw the two statues with her own eyes at 8:30 p.m. Completing a statue so quickly meant I could not leave the stage for a single second. How could I have possibly had the time to go to the art room and commit murder? You're saying the defendant saw the finished statues? Precisely. She said so herself at the detention center yesterday. Her defense team was there and heard her say so too. Don't try to deny it now. That evening, I went back to my dressing room to get something I'd forgotten there. It was well after the last bell rang. I'd say maybe around 8:30. That's when I noticed that both stage statues were finished. They were quite large and they were each covered with a white sheet, but I could tell. All right. The professor was there when that matter came up. Before I address the professor's charges, I have a question for Robin. How hard would it be to complete a statue like that in 1.5 hours? It will probably take me at least twice as LONG. So personally, I think it would be incredibly difficult to finish in that short a time. God, that didn't exactly help our case. But he won't get off that easily. He's bound to stumble over his own slippery means. Let's go. The less I see this face, the better. Now pay attention. Robin took over half a day to complete one statue. That would make sense. Hi, Gloopy. I am doing good, though I'm kind of tired. I would like to get Miss Professor Means over with, but I am good. How are you doing, lovely? Miss Newman took over half a day. Can you please be a little more precise than that? What a wonderful question. She was having quite a tough time, you see. Prosecutor Gavin's statue alone took her from the morning hours into the evening. Well, it is a rather large statue after all, yeah. Don't be silly. It merely exposes the difference between student and teacher. Just because you're a teacher doesn't mean you're good at everything. What the fuck are you on about? I, however, finished most of the other statue between 7 and 8:30 p.m.
Hold it!
Most of the other statue? What exactly does that mean? Robert created the basic outline of Mr. Wright's statue before the last bell rang. I, in turn, completed the rest of it. I see. In academics as well as art, learning the basics is incredibly important. In short, you skipped the most important part of statue making, didn't you? Why, you insolent little... It is the practical applications that built upon the basics that take so much time. Professors such as I mastered the basics a long, long time ago. Unlike Miss Fancy Pants here, who lacks all loyally fundamentals. Oh, quiet you. Now, do you understand? I did not leave that stage until I was done. Well, Miss Sykes, do you accept the witness's claim? Not on your life, Buster. Well, fuck this. No, I don't. I know there's more to this, and I won't stop until the truth comes out. The more you struggle, the more you sink, like so much legal quicksand, so to speak. I used the world's ultimate technique to complete the statue by 8:30 p.m. You can't...
Secret ultimate sculpture technique.
Apparently so, according to the murderer. The defendant Juniper saw the two statues with her own eyes at 8:30 p.m.
Hold it!
Maybe our client only thought she saw the statues. Yeah, it was covered in white sheets.
Silence!
A pity for you, but we have already confirmed it with the accused. She is on record as having seen both statues. Yeah, that's true. Just thought I'd give it a shot. I have the ultimate in courtroom techniques. It is absolutely airtight. I will bury you. This will be your final resting place along with all who believed in you. He's a teacher, by the way. Yeah. Love you too. This guy's a teacher. Oh dear fucking God. Is there no way to get to this guy? You better pay attention. Pay very close attention. Completing a statue so quickly meant I could not leave the stage for a single second.
Hold it!
Why were you in such a hurry? Objection! In the legal world, your body is your capital. The early bird gets the worm. That's why I get to bed at 9 p.m. each and every night. And that's why I was working as fast as I could. I didn't want to miss my bedtime. Well, ready to concede that I never left the stage? Okay, you were there. That's the outline. Okay, there's Mr. Means. But those are around 6 p.m. Well, Miss Sykes, do you accept the witness's claim? Not on your life, Buster. No, I don't. I know there's more to this, and I won't stop until the truth comes out. I'll be careful, Athena. If you don't have anything, it's probably best to just grin and bear it for now until you find something to nail him with. But, when will you cease this nonsense? I am quite busy today, as I was the night of the crime. How could I have possibly had the time to go to the art room and commit murder?
Hold it!
Yeah, but you could have taken a short break or something. Preposterous! I didn't even have 10 minutes to spare. Not even 5 for a visit to the lavatory. Let me ask you, Your Honor, do you find anything wrong with my claim? So far, it appears that your statue making was quite a difficult chore. And I see nothing that could overturn your claim that you never left the stage. The art room is only a few steps away. What's the plan? All I could think of is pressing him like crazy. That's all I could think of too. We'll just have to seek out a hole to exploit. I can believe. Between 7 and 8:30 p.m. Let's just press it really quickly and say, so I suppose that making. He's going to throw chalk at me. So much time. So I made some master basics a long time ago. yes, I accept it. What happens then? I still can't prove anything. I guess I concede. I couldn't hear you. Say it louder this time. I concede that Professor Means never left the stage. We don't have any evidence. That's right, but what took you so long? I was there at the stage the entire time. I could possibly have committed that crime. I'm not going to give up here. I'm afraid I have to side with the witness, Miss Sykes. And unless you have any further objections, I have to put this issue to rest.
Objection!
There we go. Not yet. The defense still has an objection. Athena, you've thought of something. Well, as I said, not yet. Oh, so it's time for legal smoke and mirrors? Not yet, Athena. It's not yet time to quit. No. It's at times like these when it seems like there's no way out that you have to... Yeah, I have to turn the case upside down. Instead of focusing on whether Professor Means could have gone to the art room, I should focus on how he could commit murder without going there. It seems our young lady has a real bona fide idea. But I'll use any means necessary, even casting stones, if it'll distract her. Did you say to stone her? And put the bird to school. Sykes, don't know. If I hear one word of your usual jibber-jabber, I shall have your head. The murder occurred in the art room, yet the witness was on the stage. How do you propose to fill the vast gap between these two key facts? If I accept the premise that the professor was on the stage the entire time, the only other answer is that we got something else wrong. Hey, that's it. Every last one of us made a huge mistake. We were totally wrong about the... murder weapon. What if we got the murder weapon wrong? Really now? Or what do you intend to label the murder weapon then? Huh? Nope. So maybe it's the crime scene. Decide either change your thinking or suffer a penalty. Okay. The professor was on stage the entire time. So it must be the crime scene then. If Professor Means was on the stage the entire time, then he must be the killer. Ridiculous! The defense has become utterly incoherent. Objection! No, it's just the murder wasn't committed where we thought it was. Continue, Sykes Donor. Yes, we got him interested. Okay, the murder was actually committed here. The lecture hall. Never left the stage. What if it's the waiting room? Here?
Take that!
Nope. Damn it! That was the last hit point. Guilty, fuck's sake. No, we got this. So the murder must happen on stage, but I thought that's a bit obvious. Retrieve from this scene. So it must be from the stage then. I thought the waiting room. Okay.
Take that!
The greatest riddle of this case has been how the body was moved from the art room. But if the murder occurred on the stage, that means the body was never moved at all. silly girl. When the body was found, there wasn't a drop of blood on the stage floor. Surely there would have been some blood if that's where the murder was committed. There wasn't any blood on the stage? Really? No, there was. But there was something on stage at the time of the murder that's now blood-stained. Yeah, this.
Take that!
It's true, there were no bloodstains on the stage floor. But there was something on the stage that did have a blood stain. And that would be this school banner. No blood would have gotten on the floor if this were under the victim when she was killed. Oh my, that's quite a compelling theory.
Silence.
What is it now? My theory makes perfect sense. That was a pathetic attempt. You must put every inch of your body into your attacks. The autopsy states the cause of death was loss of blood. Yet only a trace amount was found upon that banner. Where did the rest go? Blood getting on there when the body was moved by a wire makes more sense than not. Very good, Simon. Tell me, what's your first choice for higher education? I'll write you the ultimate in recommendation letters. You're all but guaranteed to get in.
Objection!
Actually, the defense has something to explain that as well. You do? If there was only a trace amount of blood on the school banner, then there must have been something else the killer used to soak up the other banner. That's why it was burned. All I have to do is figure out what. This is what soaked up most of the victim's blood. Ah.
Take that!
It looks like there's some other piece of fabric on top of the school banner. It's the Gavade's banner that had been specially made for the school concert. I didn't see that in the picture. Since it's on top of the school banner, the blood would have hit it first. It could have easily absorbed most of the blood like a dishcloth, and only a small amount would have soaked through to the school banner below. So it makes total sense for the school banner to only have a little blood on it. Oh, speechless now, are you? You don't have anything to say or to write? So that banner absorbed the blood like a dishcloth. Yes, that would explain it. The governor's banner was like a dishcloth. Surely it was at least towel quality. Oh, Clavier. I feel like he's going to get insulted. Simon, don't just stand there. Do something.
Silence.
Why would he do something? You've insulted him, Sextoner. You are learning to wield a blade quite well. But how will you respond when I come slashing at you like this? The remnant of a large bloodstain was detected in the art room. But why would there be blood there if the murder occurred on the stage as it came?
Objection!
Objection! The bloodstain in the art room was faked. How? I'll tell you how. All that was needed was something that could transport the blood upstairs. And that something was a piece of evidence we've just finished discussing. The killer used this to bring the victim's blood up to the art room. This?
Take that!
No. No, that's... Damn it! I've done that wrong. I said it wrong. I said that wrong. Well, it was worth a try, Athena, was it? It's always the last part. I'll tell you how. Well, have we just finished discussing? Oh, you mean the crane?
Take that!
The crane? Oh, maybe. Oh, but it's the evidence that we were just discussing. So this, we were just finishing discussing. Let me try this one first. To think you stooped so low as to present mere garbage to this court. It's only garbage because someone tried to destroy it by tossing it in the incinerator. That someone was most likely the killer seeking to get rid of crucial evidence. The killer used the wire to bring the blood-soaked Gaviniz's Savannah to the art room. Then the blood was wiped onto the floor to complete the ruse. It makes perfect sense. Yeah, bye! Order, this is quite a development. To think the body was never actually moved. Hold it right there. The body must have been moved. How else do you explain the loud crash you heard during the mock trial? If it wasn't caused by the body crashing into statues, then what was it? You probably pushed it. I hadn't thought of that. If that loud crash wasn't the body hitting the statues, what was it indeed? The knot in the school banner shows that something was carried along the wire in it. So if that's true, I know what I have to find. Something that was in the art room before the murder. It was a statue. The object that was sent down the wire to crash into the statues was the statue itself. Yes, this was from the art room and now it was found broken on stage. That statue? Yes, I believe it was the statue that broke the other two, not Professor Court's body. The unique statue you see on the right, that's the pure white Lady Justice from earlier. Professor Court accidentally broke it while she was polishing it the day before the mock trial. But she used her own unique artistic sense and technique to repair it as you see here. Nobody would have guessed that it was originally a Lady Justice.
Silence!
Perhaps you are onto something. But why, pray tell, would anyone move that scrap-heap relic in such a tedious manner? Excellent question, Simon. Keep them coming. You know why, but the fact that you won't acknowledge it shows how twisted you are. Lady Justice was moved during the mock trial. During that time, Professor Mees was fabricating an alibi with his pre-recorded speech. If we consider the fact that Lady Justice was moved in order to... point us to the body... interrupt the mock trial. There could be both. Why can't it just be both? This one. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point to the body. No, you're right, V. You're right. That was really dumb. Because it came from the art room. Okay, Professor Mees used his pre-recorded speech to fake an alibi during the mock trial. He wanted to make it look like he couldn't possibly have moved the body. Moving Lady Justice was his way of pointing us to the body and cementing his alibi. Ah! That's quite a persuasive argument. For a while there, I thought you weren't taking the trial seriously. Well done. It was Professor Mees who was taking the trial seriously. Oh, why is he smiling? I hate it when they smile. Especially when it's on midnight. Sorry, I spat on the mic. You should never underestimate me, Athena Sykes. Professor Mees always means what he says and says what he means by all means. Fine then. Say it already. I'm waiting. The murder occurred the night before, but the body wasn't found until later the next day. Countless students passed the stage till they met in the lecture hall for the mock trial. See, I didn't see the body until I had to angle the camera. So answer me this, why didn't anyone see the body that entire time? That can be explained by... Wait. Oh no, he said he didn't see the body. Fuck! I remember Hugh O'Connor said, oh, I saw the body. No, I didn't see the body. If the victim was murdered on the stage and left there, the body would inevitably have been discovered. And of course, there was somewhere to hide a body upon that stage. This is not good, Athena. Our claim is this close to being beaten to a pulp. I know, but we've come so far. Consider yourself schooled. I couldn't have possibly killed anyone. The killer is none other than Juniper Woods. It always has been and it always will be. Why is he so adamant to pin this blame on Juniper Woods? What the fuck has she done? She must have done something. Just wait a minute. Poor Juniper. She must seriously regret having asked you to defend her. Ugh. And to add insult to injury, you nearly had Hugh convicted for murder. Surely you haven't forgotten that little fiasco? Ah! Attorney's badge is just for show, Jesus! That is... Well, it was actually behind the pedestal, but maybe you're onto something here. Not only did you fail to defend your client, you also raised the false charges against her friend. You have no right to call yourself a lawyer. Come on, Athena. You got this. But if this trial proceeds in the same manner and ends in the same way as the mock trial, would you not lose everything you fought so hard to gain? Well, I'll just have to make sure that doesn't happen then, won't I? Don't tell me I failed once again. Failed to save someone near and dear to me. I've worked so hard to become a lawyer and even studied psychology. Has it all been for naught? Am I just doomed to relive that all over again? No, Athena! Oh, Athena, what's wrong? Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Relax, Athena, breathe. Come on, Apollo. Slap her. Forgive me, Junie. I couldn't protect you like I said I would. Go, Robin. You leave Athena alone, man. She's the one who saved me. It was because of Athena that I could stop hiding and start living my life as a girl again. And she saved the friendship between Hugh, Juniper, and I think you're an awesome lawyer, Athena. One of the best. Robin is the best. We love Robin. But I raised false charges against Hugh. And that's not all. I've done some seriously unforgivable things. There's Hugh. What's the big deal? False charges are nothing to be scared of. And I'm not even mad at you. I should really be thanking you. You used legitimate means to expose my wrongdoings and give me a chance to re-examine what's important. But what does it matter if I can't save Juniper? I mean, the whole reason I've come so far is... This would be Juniper. It's not over yet, Nina. Even now, at this very moment, I still believe in you. Junie? I know you better than most people, Fina. And I know you never surrendered to the Dark Age of the law like the Professor did. Thank you, Junie. But I feel like I can barely breathe. I don't know what to do.
Silence!
Stop your bleating this instant. You look an utter fool. Prosecutor Blackwell? There is one who awaits you, is there not? And that is the reason you have studied so very hard. Are you prepared to give up on all you have worked for thus far? It will not do to have you disappoint you-know-who. Objection! Gaha, you're wasting your time. You have nothing on me. No evidence or anything else to establish my guilt. Come on, there must be something. You are helpless before the might of lawyers for whom the ends justifies the means.
Objection!
Don't worry, Athena. You're doing fine. The truth will always win against people like him. But, Apollo, what am I supposed to do now? Listen, all you have to do is take a deep breath and look back over the entire case. If there's truth to be found, and there always is, you're sure to find it. Now, let me see you smile. Remember what Mr. Wright said? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. Thanks, everyone. You don't have to worry about me now. The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. I don't know if that's a good advice or not. Athena Sykes is psyched and ready to rock. Prepare for your utter defeat. Professor Court wasn't killed in the art room. She was killed right where her body was found. We know because there wasn't any time to move the body there from somewhere else. That means the body had to have been hidden somewhere on stage until it was found. I forgot her wrists were tied. Let's take along these lines and see where it takes us. First up, when did Professor Means remove the body from its hiding place? Well, let's see. What was he doing right before the body was discovered? He was using the span of time his fake alibi created to move the body to where it would be more easily spotted. Therefore, the only time Professor Means could have removed the body from its hiding place is during the mock trial. The mod was moved in. It was during the mock trial specifically. During the speech. Professor Means moved the body to an easily seen location during his long pre-recorded speech. The professor also moved something to the stage that wasn't there before specifically. Oh, the white statue. During the mock trial, Professor Means wrapped the White Lady Justice in the school banner and sent it zipping down to the stage with a crash, killing two birds with one stone. He drew attention to the body and made it look like the murder occurred in the art room. But was there anywhere to hide the body on that stage? It doesn't seem likely. No, there had to be some place. Wait a sec. Wait, wasn't there a waiting room? What about something that should have been finished but was only mostly done? Nope. You're right, V. She might be under the sheet. Something was used to cover the body up. We didn't draw undue tension because it looked like it belonged there on stage. In that way, no one would suspect there was a body hidden inside or was already on the stage and capable of concealing a body. What's already on the stage? Well, both of these. It doesn't say sheet. I don't think it's school banner. Maybe. He was doing the right statue. The body was hidden by right statue. Oh, I know. The Mr. Right statue was never actually finished. The body was wrapped under some cloth to hide what was really inside, cleverly disguising it as the boss's statue. Miss Newman gave up on the right statue, yet Professor Means finished it in a single night. Yes, what an impressive feat that was. That was a lot.
Objection!
Objection! No, his so-called work of art deserves none of our praise. That's because it was only a facade to hide his real work. The murder of Professor Court. Come again? I'm afraid I don't follow. He hid the body by making it look like the statue of Mr. Right. With the body wrapped under a piece of cloth, it looked just like a statue. What? I second that. What? Now this is getting interesting. No, this is getting preposterous. How would such a thing even be possible?
Objection!
Look at her wrist. We'll never know until we try. Uh-oh, I think I know where this is going. Okay, Apollo, time to turn me into a reasonable likeness of Mr. Right. I'm going to pose like the statue, like so. And now I want you to wrap me up in a cloth so that I look like a statue. Why is... Okay, this is probably just me. Why is her hand and finger looking like that? I don't know who she's pointing at. Professor Means or Blackquill? It looks so odd. I hate to ask the obvious, but where am I supposed to get this magical cloth? I'm afraid that isn't the right colour, Mr. Justice. Well, given how sudden the request was, it's kind of the best I could do, Your Honour. Alright, I think that about does it. Well, what do you think, everyone? Do I look just like a statue of Mr. Right or what? Looks like some random person to me. Weren't the statues a pair of busts? Yeah, that's what I thought. Phoenix Wright has that spiky hair on the back of his head. Forget the hair! The statue's head is way bigger than your average person's anyway. Maybe it was the Gavin statue. You're gonna hand it to me for trying anyway. Wait, that's it! The hands! Her arms are raised over her head, and there are dark bruises around her wrists. Yeah, the professor was probably tied up with something. The marks on her wrists indicated she'd been tied up. Apollo, tie me up in a new pose. Wait, you're not into this kind of thing, are you? What? No! Besides, it was your idea. Just tell me how to tie your hat. Already. Fucking hell. Professor Court's wrists were tied together, and I can't help but think that's related. How should I arrange myself to match the shape I want, given her hands are tied? I am, lol. Yeah, same. Behind my head. Behind her head to make it look like a spiky head. Yes, V. Apollo, tie both of my hands behind my head. See? That makes it possible to fake the spikes on the back of Mr. Wright's head. Sure, but then what about the statue's arm? Professor Blackquill is like, what the fuck is what's going on here? With both arms behind your head, you can't exactly complete the pose. Yeah, it would be awfully hard to make the objection pose like this. I can't help thinking you've forgotten something, Athena. Something on the body that you don't have right now. What did the victim's body have that I don't? I don't fucking know. Can we get the picture? Fuck, the arrow! The arrow is the objection arm! Fucking hell!
Take that!
Oh, right! There is an arrow sticking out of her side. Okay, Apollo, take that and plunge it into my side. What, are you crazy? Fine, then go get some duct tape. Repeat, Schnell. All right, all right. I don't need to know other languages to know bossy when I hear it. The fatal arrow to the side. Spiky hair created from 2 hands. A masterpiece in the making. Now cover me with that cloth. This is so weird. I know she's trying to make a point. I would be laughing right now if I was in the courtroom. Look at Black Quill. Look at the eagle. What am I looking at right now? Just this crazy woman pretending to be, what, the victim Phoenix, right? God knows at this point. But remember to make the arrows stand out, okay? Mummy, the arm's too short. Shh, remember your indoor voice, dear. And to see she was panicking like 5 minutes ago. Nobody's buying it. The arrow's nowhere near long enough. But. What else could you use for the arm? Still won't give up, eh? I must commend you, if only for your spirit and determination. Of course she's not giving up. After all she's put me through, she owes me an explanation, and one that makes sense. Now disappoint me again, and the penalty will be no, never be the end. Yikes! I guess I better get it right this time. Think, Athena, think. Professor Court was murdered when she stopped by the stage to see Professor Means. If it wasn't premeditated, he must have used something close at hand in his little ruse. Apollo, show me those stage setup photos again. Like that? Right now? Oh, okay, hold on. Please be in this photo. It just has to be. The arm on the Mr. Right statue is really this right here. And I was thinking that. Give it a go. Got it. I know what he used for the arm on the statue of Mr. Right. This is absurd. There's no such thing in this photo. Don't play dumb with me, Professor. It's a staff you have right there. Staff? This is the spear of a great legal warrior. Whatever, just hurry up and lend it to me. Yeah, Athena doesn't give a shit. She just wants this case to be over. The length is perfect. Mr. Wright couldn't possibly object to such an awesome arm. Okay, go for it, Apollo. This whole case is just... What the fuck is this? Sure, I'll give your arm a hand. Cloth and binding coming right out. Okay, Apollo is now getting really into it. It's very quite unnerving to hear, you know, the tape going.
Objection!
That's a lot better. It's Phoenix Wright! Look, it's that famous lawyer! That's definitely him. I'll know that pose anywhere. We did it! Didn't we? Well, Am I not the spitting image of the legendary Phoenix Wright? The man who will bring us out of these dark ages and into an era of brilliant golden light. Golden light? All I see before me. It's the pink spectre of a man. That's just because Mr. Wright likes his statue. He's positively tickled pink. Get it, Apollo? He's tickled pink. Blah, that joke deserves a pink slip. It seems the gallery is quite impressed with the defence's sharp thinking. Imagine her voice being muffled. Yeah. And the witness? A book. The resemblance is nothing more than a coincidence. Objection. Okay, she's now back. I don't know how she untied herself out of the cloth, but she's back. That's a faster. Unfortunately for you, I could prove my theory to be more than mere coincidence. To prove that his spear was thrust into the victim, all you have to do is... No, because it will always be him. Test the spear for blood. See if it's a staff or a spear. Yeah, this one. That spear might actually be a staff. Bah, you know nothing, little girl. What's I supposed... Damn it! But how do we test for blood, though? You're better at this game than I am, B. I'm always stuck between the two. We had assumed the victim's jagged wound came from the arrow being forcibly shoved in. But if the wound was from the spear instead, then we should be able to detect traces of victim's blood on it. Your Honor, a brief recess, if you will. Oh, look at this, his glasses. By any means possible. What if I get rid of my spear? Wait, what if I burn it? Then... Isn't that against the law? What's wrong with a non-guilty verdict? Well, you're guilty. That's the problem with it. If I do that, I'll be found innocent. Yes, I'm innocent, I tell you. Objection. Huh? Surely you don't expect us to take lectures from you now. Now, I ask you in the gallery. Help me decide the professor's fate. What are you doing? What is he doing? Are you going to try and write guilty? Ah, his teeth is broken. Prosecutor Blackwell, what has become of our witness Aristotle means? It is as Sykes Donner suspected. Blood was detected on his staff. He has admitted to his heinous crime. All of it. What's his motive? Why? He shall join us in the clink tomorrow. His teaching skills can be put to good use, sir. Great. He'll teach felons that the end justifies the means. So much for rehabilitation. Can I ask what the professor's motive was? I could barely make out a word he said on account of his shattered teeth. One of Blackwell's fellow inmates was once a surgeon. Why not a former dentist, too? I eventually had him put pen to paper. It turns out Professor Means was the one taking bribes. The victim had suspected him after a report from the class snitch. That led her to question him at length the day of the killing, right there on that stage. The result? The heinous crime that was brought before this court. The fool, like Newman, had come to know of the script's contents via the victim's note. It seems he came up with a plan to stab the victim with her own awl in order to make the killing look like the one in the script and thus frame the defendant. But that scrap of paper with Hugh's name had the same mark as Professor Court's planner. Yes, about that. Those planners are bestowed upon all students graduating at the top of their class. Really? So then... Indeed, once upon a time, Professor Means was also awarded the same notebook. The handwriting is being analysed now, but like as not, the scrap belonged to him. This too was evidence of the bribery scheme that the victim had obtained. Know that Constance Court was clean, and that only Aristotle Means took the bribes. To think a professor would murder a colleague, then try to pin it on a student. If this is the dark age of the law, then we can only hope that a brighter future awaits. And the first step is to hand down my verdict for a promising young lady. This court finds the defendant, Juniper Woods. Yay! Juniper! I wish you all the best on your road to becoming a courtroom judge. We will need young people like you, if we ever hope to restore the law to its former glory.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll work as hard as I can. Maybe one day I'll be able to work with all of you to make a difference.
Proudly serve Professor Court's memory. Do not let her death be in vain.
That's the last thing I expected to hear from him today.
Court is adjourned. Ah! We're done with the case! Woo!
Thank you, Thena. I really mean it. It was nothing, really. We did it! Yay! We did it! Yay!
I could take the biggest tangled mess of a case and unravel it just like that. No, I can't. I'm clearly absolute arse. I don't know. You look pretty wound up there at the end, literally and figuratively. You look pretty hungry for a knuckle sandwich, Buster.
I wanted to thank you too, Apollo.
Don't mention it.
The way you were always there for Thena when she was in the bind.
And at the detention centre, where your smile gave me hope when there was none.
It was like the warm rays of the sun shining down on peaceful woodlands.
I think you're an absolutely amazing person. Oh, now she's showing her true colours. Thanks, Juniper. That means a lot to me. Yeah, I don't think he's getting it. But I still have lots of work to do. And I can't wait until we see you on the judge's bench.
I promise you, I'll get there someday. That's right, until that day. Ow. Guys, I've got some big news! I mean, this is huge! Oh, am I interrupting something? No, it's okay, I think. So what's the big news? The school festival! It was supposed to have been cancelled after what happened, but...
We just got a call. In memory of Professor Constance Court, who worked so hard to make it happen, the festival is being extended one extra day until tomorrow.
Really? All right!
Yay!
We've got a special treat for all of you. A love letter for Themis Legal Academy. Achtung, baby. It's time for the guitar
That's how
serenade.
you pronounce it. Achtung, right? Oh, we're not seeing the performance? That sucks. I'm sure this is in the actual anime. Wow, that was so much fun. School festivals are amazing.
I think you and Robin are getting a little carried away.
Your singing voice, Juniper, it can melt my H-E-A-R-T. Mr. Wright, thank you for that training seminar. Just remember the objection pose is all about attitude. Oh, and congrats on your mock trial win. Although Robin had you for a while there.
I did, didn't I? But I'm just glad we're back to how we used to be, thanks to Athena.
Oh, we never got to the Apollo trilogy? Oh, that's a shame. It looks like it did.
It's got like anime scenes, so I just assume it has anime. I just assume it is an anime. And you know what? I think I'll stick with becoming a prosecutor after all. I'm going to make up for my mock trial loss by winning the real deals in court. Mock trial loss? What loss? Wait, did they reprise the trial and you won? Level-headed lawyer calls genius and hot-blooded prosecutor calls student. We'll go head-to-head in a mock trial battle for the she-devil's black heart. Yeah, where is that journalist? So does this mean it's really gonna happen? Juniper? There's something I've been wanting to say to you. I think she knows. I think she knows. Huh? Okay, no, she doesn't know. Is he going to do what I think he is? Juniper, I just want to remind you this is a 25-year-old confessing to an 18-year-old, and that is a little bit of a gap for me. That's a 7-year gap. Can we still be friends? You know, best friends like we've always been? Huh? Oh. Oh. Best friends? Hugh, weren't you going to profess your love for Juniper if you won the mock trial? No, I was going to confess that I'm not a genius and that I'm really 25 years old. Oh. Oh. Okay. But you already dragged it out of me doing the trial. Whoops! Listen, Hugh. You too, Robin. Miriam. Yeah, Miriam, you are here. Me too. Miriam's got this tactical espionage action stuff down to a science. I've been thinking. It's up to us to put an end to the dark age of the law if we can. Let's all work together to usher in a new age where winning only results from the truth, and the end never justifies the means. Count me in. I won't have it any other way. I take it that means yes? Best friends forever, huh? No matter what anyone says, nothing beats true friendship. You bet. And what about your BFF, Apollo? Aren't you a bit old to be using that word? But yeah, he's the best friend a guy could have. Which reminds me, we're supposed to meet up and gossip about the new girl in the office. Hey, no talking about me behind my back. So what kind of guy is he anyway? Well, if I had to describe him in one word. And so after some slight arm twisting, Apollo promised to bring me to meet his friend. Unfortunately, that promise was never meant to be fulfilled. For not long after, their friendship was mercilessly severed by fate. And the bonds between us began to fray and unravel as well. Sorry, but I'll be taking a leave of absence. Even now, those words continue to ring in my ears. The discord in our ever-cheerful Apollo's voice made him sound so cold and distant. Why, Apollo, why? Why would you leave us all behind? What? What happened? Well, first off, I thought Clavier would be his best friend. Aren't enemies best friends, after all? Yay, completed it! Yeah! Fabulous, the cosmic turnabout. Let's have a look. Oh. Let's have a look. Well, there's space. Space. And Apollo looks hurt. So this is after the courtroom got blew up. Yeah.
But I wonder who his best friend is. And why is Detective Fulbright like the main character in this? Are we gonna be Detective Fulbright in this? That would be sick. That would be so funny. You read too much fanfic, yeah. You don't read enough fan fiction. I think that's a you issue. Right, we'll return to the title. And best end here because I need to go to bed. Do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. I'm just looking to see who to raid. Hollow! Hollow is there! I'm going to send you over to Hollow. Because he is playing Dead by Daylight. Oh, speaking of, tomorrow I am going to be playing some Marvel Rivals. So if you're interested, do come by and say hi. Also, have you heard about Overwatch? They're scrapping Overwatch 2 and bringing back as just Overwatch. And bringing in like new characters, and one of them is Jetpack Cat. So I might go back into Overwatch because hopefully it'll be better than whatever Overwatch 2 was. So that would be fun. So anyway, I'll send you over to Hollow. Make sure you give him all the love in the world, lovelies. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me in Apollo Justice Ace Attorney stream. As I said, tomorrow is going to be Marvel Rivals. So if you're interested, do come by and say hi. I greatly appreciate you, lovelies. But oh my goodness, I am so tired. Anyway, tomorrow will be Marvel Rivals. Saturday, it will be Assassin's Creed 3. We're starting Assassin's Creed 3. And Sunday, it will be Disney Dreamlight Valley, I believe. So yeah, lots of exciting stuff. Anyway, guys, a pleasure to have you here. Do take care. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I shall see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.